Many moons ago, in the distant world of Thrall, dragons ruled over the land. Power and intelligence, unrivaled by the creatures of mankind, gave way to a cruel society. Enslaved and degraded to indefinite servitude, our ancestors suffered under the savagery of draconic tyranny. Day after week after month after year was spent in constant agony. Armies were slain. Kingdoms were scorched into nothing more than ash and blood. There was no hope. Until their savior arrived. Not much is known about the savior. Some say they were a master elven hunter whose mind was enchanted and trained in a long-lost mystical woodland. Others claim them to be a fierce dwarven warrior, forged of mithril in the deep, winding caverns beneath our feet. What is known is that the savior gave their life so that the people of Thrall could live. For centuries, we lived in peace, free from the shackles of the long-dead dragon beasts. But now, a new evil is awakening. Cruel power and tyrannical rule have returned. A new war has come to Thrall. A war of dragons.
Good evening, adventurers. Welcome to Bonus Action Show. The hickeys are a part of my pride costume, and today we will be beginning session where we last left off a couple of weeks ago. We are in a town of great adventure, but before we begin, we'd like to remind you that we stream every Sunday kind of at noon sometimes here on Twitch. We also will be uploading to YouTube. We have social media you can follow in our Linktree. And we will be joined by our wonderful cast of adventurers this evening. Cast, how are we feeling?
Evening? Pretty good.
What
don't you feeling gay as hell? Just like to say, if you are the Chrysler that was behind me at McDonald's and you threw shit at my car, your mom's a hoe.
No, you're
And that's
feeling gay
on
as hell.
job.
I feel like gay
Here,
as
here.
hell.
And don't worry,
Yeah.
we're streaming at you live from Red Lake, Minnesota.
Red Lake. Oh.
Actually, Red Wing Minnesota.
Red Wing,
Can
Minnesota.
you stop crossing right in front of the cameras?
No, I don't think I would.
Why do you have
We're
two?
at Bass
Please
Lake.
drive on.
Figure out which Bass Lake.
Why do you have two?
It's like 30 of them at least.
You know the most common name is Mud Lake, and there's over 200 mud lakes in Minnesota.
I
Yeah,
did
that's
not know that.
That's just
You're not at Mud Lake yet, though.
Oh yeah, that's
that's
we'll just say.
Okay, one day we'll have a stream.
we'll have the honor of being at Mud Lake, Minnesota.
So we'll just say Mud Lake 200 times in a row, and
Well,
every time will be a different Mud Lake.
You will never figure it out.
Exactly, never figure it out.
Yeah.
We're streaming at you live from a houseboat on the Crow River.
In addition to our wonderful stream
There's like
that we
12
join you with today,
followers. They have no numbers.
we have a very special thanks to give for our wonderful friend Vinny. It was his birthday yesterday. We're so
Shit.
happy
You
he's
can't tell me. I can't have the CIA knowing that. Oh, no.
Shit.
I
God,
got.
now they know.
It's over. I gotta hide my. It's too.
God forbid the government, which has your birth certificate.
Yeah, I know. They have. I
Hey,
knows my birthday. Oh God. Like.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Kwanzaa.
Wow, it was tails!
What do I get? What do I win? What do I win?
Gee, happy birthday! That's
happy
all I-
birthday, Vinny.
So let's all say 1, 2, 3.
You have my gay before.
Okay.
I have your
Okay.
day before.
On
Okay.
a Pride Month. It's so homophobic.
Pride
Yeah, that's pretty homophobic.
How gay is your outing character 1
I stole it
before?
on purpose. Can you get a JD20 check on Pride Month? Let's see how it's going.
Gay 10 too. I'll roll both.
Yeah. Like,
You have the gay B10 it looks like too.
What?
Oh,
Fuck.
you've just gone full Rainbow Corporation, huh? You're feeling all
Man, we
Yeah,
really have
that
become a
is-
corporate
yeah.
corporate
No, it's
organization.
not.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Looks like it.
like.
My bad.
Let's get a skill check on Game On.
Lemonade.
Cool. Let's see how the session goes, and we'll
We'll reevaluate our gayness in the
Yeah.
middle
I get a 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like me.
No, that's not true at all. You know that's not true.
Let's get a skill check for homophobia.
1.
Wait, what is this? What we need to like.
Soviet?
What does a 1 mean in this
I do
scenario?
have Dragon Eye dice. Want to get a check for War of Dragons?
Yeah, let's get a check on War of Dragons.
Can we lock in?
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
You know
fuck.
how this should.
Can I check on
You can never
Cthulhu,
lock
though?
No.
Hey, I have a theory. Okay.
A game
Oh.
theory.
What if it was a 1?
See, dice, inside of every dice is a little goblin, right? A little
That is
tiny
true.
little goblin that, like, flips the dice to whatever, like, location it is, right?
It just mentioned law of averages, like...
I have a different
Exactly.
theory.
They usually follow the law
I
of
have a different
averages.
So last we left off.
So last we left off.
You're right. We
So
did
you-
left
Next
off.
we'll get the viewers. We give a like statistics lecture for like the first 30.
Different
Yeah.
theory. Fate's a cruel mistress and she loves to play with dice.
Oh, she loves me. Anyways, let's begin.
Hey, I'll fake to play with my
Happy
dice.
Pride.
Happy
Heyo.
Pride. Happy Pride.
We're just as locked in as ever.
Happy Pride.
Harvard, what did we just talk about with the wall?
I'm giving him some things.
Okay.
Hey!
Last we left
Watching
off...
you.
We were in.
He wants to give a session summary.
Oh my god, he
Like,
tried.
there.
I need alcohol.
We were in Strixhaven. Keep. I always forget which one is which.
We're in
Keep.
Strix Keep.
Keep. Okay, we were in Strixkeep. So
Somewhere.
we had to get this man the disguise amulet.
Somewhere.
And we definitely didn't run into some Call of Cthulhu shit because
Oh, I ran into
we're just gonna ignore that. That's not precedent to what we're doing at all nowadays. He got a disguise amulet. I went Batman mode for like 30 minutes. Don't worry, that'll come back into a fold later. And we are going to be going on our way to Haverfield now.
In a bit, I think we have more to do here.
I have some.
I need to go to Thunderwood.
I'm sorry, what?
I gotta have an interview with Professor Butler.
We will be in Strixkeep for a little bit more.
Graven has to learn how to read.
Anyway,
That's true.
anyway, are we ready to begin the session?
We've been ready.
All right,
Yep.
let's begin.
All right.
Yep.
One more
Need
sip.
adventures.
I need one more sip for my
Been sip.
my white
Thanks.
monster.
Just swirl that. Stealing your bit. You're stealing my bit?
We find ourselves in the town of Stripskeep. We've all had varying nights. A bit of a slow morning rise that's above our heads. Everyone sleeps in a little bit today. We get a good night's rest, and obviously, we are all level 5, I hope.
Yes.
It's
We're
been a,
level 5
Few
lives for
sessions.
3 sessions.
it's been a long day, long week. We all feel it when we wake up. Aches in our bones, tenseness in our muscles. The sun feels hotter today. We can feel the humidity in the air. You get that scent as though rain is coming. And you can see the clouds in the distance. As you look to the horizon as you awaken, you can see that same storm drifting off the coast. It's small and far away, but you can see it growing in power.
How dreadful. Storm over there.
Well, it's not like we're gonna be able to do anything about it. It's a fucking storm dragon.
Never liked storms.
Can you
Blocks out the
roll?
holy light.
Can you roll a wisdom check?
Yes. I'm gonna get a 2. I got a 2, 12. So that's gonna be a. You said wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
16.
You and Graven are the first to awaken. He seems to be brewing something to drink in the morning. Graven, what do you have as you awaken? Maybe a coffee, stiff pint of
I'll
ale.
have myself. I think I'll have myself a very, very. Yeah, let's go a very strong tea.
Oh, I can smell that from here. Great.
Would you like some?
Maybe like a small bit. Can you put some extra water in there?
Oh yes, sure, of course,
Thank you.
How did you sleep last night, Darren?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about how I slept. You know, I'm sure you've had those nights. You get disturbing news, you can't sleep.
Indubitably.
You know that word?
Indubitably?
Yes.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Huh.
You know, it's, just because I'm not literate doesn't mean I know, I don't know words. Like,
No, but, getting access to some words does become a little bit more difficult.
yeah.
Indubitably.
As we were having this conversation, we feel one of those strikes of lightning off in the distance. To you two, it's just a brief of lightning. But we can feel that tremor through the ground, like a shake, as if someone above you dropped a piece of heavy furniture. The wood crackles a little bit, but nothing too heavy. And we look off into the distance and we see that storm brewing and brewing. And you gave me a 15?
16.
16. That's the number.
Can I roll something?
One moment.
Can I roll
something? You look to the storm and it seems strange. It's not quite the storm dragon storm that you encountered before when you encountered the storm dragon.
The first.
The first. It appears different. When you encountered the storm dragon before, it was a heavy storm. A storm nonetheless. Rain, thunder, clouds above head. This one is different. There's a swirling pattern, not quite like a funnel cloud, but almost like a cylindrical swirl. Wrapping and bowing, twisting. It's almost beautiful. There's a pillar of some kind of light in the center. You can't quite get the color because it's on the horizon and quite distant to you, but it's odd. And Graven, you pick up on this too. There's a sort of hue to it, an aura. And as you sit with Darren, you both non-verbally look at each other, then look back at the storm.
Divine or undivine?
Well, it certainly seems like Poseidon's having a rough morning himself. That's weird. Why was the light?
Helios does not, since his duties forbid him from, since his duties of pulling the chariot forbid him, Helios does not interact more with Olympus than the other gods. How does Hestia, like,
How is Hestia?
like how does, like, I know Hestia, like, protects home and hearth, but I haven't heard much of her.
She's, well, from where I'm from, which seems to now be a distinction I need to make, she's more of like a local sort of religion. It's not so much like, Zeus or Poseidon or Hades, where like everybody has their own worship of them in their own way. Usually, when you do with Hestia, it's a lot more. I think insular would be the term. There's not so much like. There's no head. There's no. Obviously, Hestia is our patron, but we don't. We don't have these grandiose churches throughout most of the realm. I mean, it seems like Strixkeep's different, but I don't know. They seem to have a different understanding. But yeah, it's kind of flexible. The most important tenets are just kindness to your neighbors. Keep a warm not keep a warm fire at night, but it's more the way I've always was taught is that it was more like, keep doors open for when people need your help. If someone comes for you to help, you should say yes. You don't have to say yes. There's a whole thing with that, but good to your neighbor, good things will happen to you. They'll be good to you when you need your help. That's sort of how it works. I'm not quite sure how Helios was like. There's a sort of thing, we were farmers, but for that it's more Demeter, not necessarily Helios. So I haven't heard much about him besides of your
well,
ravings.
Well, Helios gave life to this earth through the power of the sun. All the plants, all through everything, all everything that lives. A simple creed, you know. Everything that lives must eventually die. But your god seems to preserve society. Good, polite manners and being kind to one another. Well, I think it's good. And I'm very glad to have Hestia on our side. What I don't get is the Hades, though. How could someone worship death?
It's not. My understanding is not. It's so much about death itself, but it's more of a Someone if you're talking about that cycle. All things that live must die.
Yes,
You
death is necessary. You just don't want to worship it. Like, I don't know why.
know if it's so much. See, you can worship things and still not want them to happen because you can look at the example of Hades is that like with how some people look at it, it's not so much that they want death to come, but when they worship Hades, they ask for a graceful one. They don't want to sit out bleeding in the middle of they don't want to be sit out bleeding to death from a grievous wound, obviously, unless, that's what you want. But for most people, they want peacefulness as they pass, smooth walk through the gates. Hades doesn't necessarily mean that you go through hell. He's just the man that tells you where to go. So, in necessarily, when some people worship him, I just wish to. It kind of sounds a little rude, but it sounds like they wish for a favor. I've been
Oh,
kind to you. Can you at least not have me go to Tartarus? That sort of aspect.
And as this conversation is happening, you hear another person walk into the room. Waking up for the day, Thonier finds himself weary and dreary, long in the mind. Looks like he's approaching the tavern to make himself a drink. And you've heard the tail end of this conversation. You can contribute as you wish.
Yeah, it's
He
just.
doesn't necessarily believe in the same gods that they do, so he doesn't really have a chip in the conversation, really.
but my main problem, though, it's like that. I know I kind of go back to this point a lot,
You
but
do.
vampires, they seem designed specifically to. They seem it's like on purpose, like they're trying to piss off sun folk like me on purpose. Like they avoid the sun, they can't even tolerate it without getting melted. They cower in shadows, they steal blood from other good, honest mortals, and they try to cheat death. Like they're so terrified of death, they reject the sun. It's why? It's a miserable existence. Why would you? I just, I don't understand it at all. Like,
Well, I'm sure for some, with how came onto upon them, they probably didn't have a choice in the matter. Others, it's I shouldn't say in their nature, but it's you're always gonna have. It might seem light terminology, but you're always gonna have misfits. You're always gonna have people that don't necessarily fit in for what's gonna be in life, and that's it's okay for that as long as they go in their own way. Obviously,
Think of it this way, Graben. Some people seek out power. Those people deserve to have justice wrought upon them.
yes, and
Others have power thrust upon them and don't wish for this curse.
I mean, look at Soulville. You said there was a community full of empires, and yet was it really these folks of people that were afraid of the sun, sucked the blood from people, seemed to cause havoc and misfit and chaos?
well, Soulville, Soulville was different because
Yes.
they knew what they were.
Huh?
And
So this isn't necessarily the vampire. I shouldn't say. shouldn't say it's the vampires' fault for being vampires, but my point being your characterization of vampires. Is that all of vampirism? Or is it just these group of people that you have grown to dislike?
Can I hold you right there? Thonier, you specifically remember a time in your past, in your village and your people, perhaps when you were a child, or yet maybe even younger, when you were told a folk story, a tale, a nighttime twisting of events, where some sort of being, some creature, manifested souls of the undead within Hunters of the Night. And it sounds very similar to what Craven is talking about, which is strange because you grew up in different cultures. You ponder this for a moment, thinking about what that means. It seems as though throughout its people, there's some sort of telling of a historical figure. Not quite man, but one that lives through words, that existed throughout the night, creating these vessels of beasts for human souls that have long since been expired. And Graven's conversation is what reminded you of that. It evaded into your memory due to time, but has hit a stroke of realization. And you find that odd, because you grew up in vastly different areas, vastly different ways of life, and yet this story still exists betwixt you. Whatever that means for Don. But please, keep going.
It's just simple as at the end of the day. You can have vampires that wish only good for people, and you have people that can eat people.
I don't think it's that simple.
So true.
What? How so?
I think there are other natural forces that we can't explain that give lost souls a chance at redemption. Some of these lost souls become vampires.
And that's the seeking of redemption?
Not necessarily that they were seeking redemption, but some force gave them a chance at seeking it.
That's an interesting idea.
Speaking of vampires, Willow.
Emotional vampires.
Willow.
I think that's where this is going.
Willow.
Yes.
Your night was heavy. You still feel yourself passing through the stars. And as you awaken, you feel a cold.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love that.
Oh, okay. Now
Oh,
grew a draft for my creation.
yeah, no, this is really good. I love that.
Robin,
It's probably the best picture of Graven currently existing.
put it up to the cam.
Beautiful.
He
Absolutely.
currently has an arm in that though, so inaccurate.
Yeah.
Very cool though.
I actually,
Garbanzo beans.
I actually thought of like staining this black to show how charred it is
Oh,
from
no.
getting lit on fire all the time. But
Willow.
Sorry,
Oh,
I don't
nice.
know why I keep going.
I need to breathe for a second.
The night's heavy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Very heavy. Weighing you down like an anchor lost at sea. You're tossing and turning, and throughout the night you wake up sporadically. You can see the blue glow of the night shining through your window each time you do. The cold, the dead, the unfeeling. And at one point throughout the night, it seems as though daylight has broken. You're in that state of unconsciousness, eyes shut, mind wisping, trying to cling on to that feeling of wakeness. You take one foot and step forward into it, and as feeling re-enters your body, touch, sight, sound, you feel the cold on your back, a rough cold. Not like the bed you fell asleep on. It feels lumped and gray, like the stones of caves you used to wander through, seeking shelter for the night. And as the blurry vision becomes clearer and clearer, you run your finger along it, and it does feel like cobblestone. Polished, though. Strange, unfamiliar, like wax covering beads. And you look up, and the ceiling is high, higher than the tavern, higher than any building you've been in before. You can barely make it out.
Oh, shit.
60, 70, 80 feet. And it's jagged, too. But not in an unorganized way, no. It has a sense of beauty to it. Dark and black. Spines and stalagmites. To a fine point. Finer than any natural substance. This is man-made. Perhaps a cathedral, perhaps a temple. And you get this sense of being lost. As you're awakening to this, what's running through your mind?
Well, shit. What the fuck?
Ah, shit.
I can't even have one good sex night.
I was trying to chill, man.
It feels long. The room you're in goes back and forth with thin pillars wrapping and twisting. You can feel sunlight. It's at your feet. Something's creating light. Do you dare to look?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit up and look at like what my personal vibe situation when I'm sitting on what the fuck is going on.
So as you sit up, you can hear your motions echo throughout this room you're in. Every shifting of feet, every tunic that wraps and warps. And it's strange, you're not in the tunics you fell asleep in. You have this weird battle armor. It's shiny and strong, and you have an unfamiliar weapon in your hand. As you sit up, you look around. There's not much. Small statuettes that are blurry to your vision. Things hanging on the wall that you can't quite make out. Ahead of you is this huge, gargantuan window. Panes of glass larger than you've ever seen before. They're looking out on a blurry horizon, and this window is about 100 to 150 feet away from you. There's something sitting in the middle of it, raised higher, on almost a pedestal of steps. Lining and lining, wrapping and wrapping. It appears to be a chair of some sorts, perhaps a throne. It's locked, spiked, dark, black. Serves as a silhouette to the otherwise blurry horizon. There's a red light leaking in. Not the red light of the sunrises you're used to, no. This is blood red. You can hear distant sounds. No songbirds or wisping of trees. Sounds like people, voices maybe. Now what's on your mind?
Still just a string of curses. She doesn't know what the fuck to do here. Does it sound like the voices are coming from a particular direction or just kind of around?
Can you roll a perception check with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
5? Oh!
Yeah, I see. I didn't have disadvantage. I think we understand.
Yeah, the token straight doesn't get disadvantage.
Wow.
Sorry, it's a perception.
Yeah.
10.
It appears as though those songs and whispers are coming from the window that meet your feet. Would you like to approach?
Was I just like sitting on the ground?
You were laying on it.
Yeah, but I'm set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll like circle the throne thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a vibe.
As you circle the throne, you come to meet the window. It's cold to the touch. Feels like an energy appear. And as you look out, you get a clearer vision of the horizon. long, jagged mountains, not like any range here. The soil is stained something wicked, not brown and beautiful like our world. It's acidic, deep and dark. It feels odd. There are wisps of fog hanging heavy on this environment. It's almost difficult to see the ground below you, and you're high in the air. You must be hundreds or hundreds of feet in the air, and as you look down, you can see that there's a structure beneath you. It's the same jagged black stone. And as you look out, you don't see much of anyone. No travelers making their way through the mountains. No sunrise or sunset. Just a gradient of grayish red. And that wispy song getting louder and louder. And there comes to meet a voice on your left side shoulder, excuse me. He has this twang to his tongue, one of dread. He's speaking to you in a powerful voice, and he's looking out the window with you. You roll religion with an advantage.
Oh. Oh. What weapon did he say I should have?
It's unfamiliar to you.
Okay.
It's a gun.
You have advantage.
I know.
Oh wow, really?
Jeez, it wasn't good. Noise, maybe not the robo dice, just so you didn't give me very much.
Guidance.
On Pride Month.
On Pride Month. Really?
Oh, no, that one is
That one.
that's
That
funny.
got it.
Cool.
In the coat in the dream?
Huh?
Is that a...
That's my coat.
Oh. So it's
Yes.
a coat.
There's a religious power here. He feels much stronger than the last time you felt it.
Cool.
As if he's adorned himself with something or someone.
Huh?
He looks out the window with you. As long as I've gazed upon this world, the feeling never goes away. Power grows stronger. The deaths that it took for me to get here grow longer. The thousands I've slain, they had families too. The ones you slayed, they loved like them too. The blood you drew was no different than mine. Look. He raises his hand and you can see the image of the window warp and shift. It portrays a cave-like structure, a temple perhaps, where two figures stand at the center, surrounded by six, and an elder at the other side. You can see a battle ensue, one where spells are slung, blades are slashed, and blood is spilled. You can see the elder fall to the ground, and the two of which meet his fate. He looks over to you. You all have grown so powerful. So powerful. Many like you would have met their end here. They have. You can see Maltho and Corbin fall to each of your respective blades. And then it lingers on the image for the moment. You can see the party turn back to them, but then leave, and the room feels empty. Days have passed. The bodies grow colder and colder. Except for one. As the night lingers, you can see one of the rocks shift and move. And he looks over to you. Not quite strong enough, though. Not quite. And you can see the arm of Corbin shift and move back into place. Push himself up. Blood is dripping from his face, that thick black ooze. He's in such powerful pain. You can see him wince and twist his body, drag his limp leg into what he could maybe call the standing position. You see him catch his breath and turn to Malifaux, who's been laying stiff and still for days. He lingers on him for a moment. Malifaux? Mally? No. No. We said this was the last one. And the camera shifts to it looking at you. We said this was it. He told us he would give us as much gold as we needed. He locks eyes with you. Mally. Mally, wake up! You have to wake up. Mally?
Why am I here?
The camera goes gray. You have caused me an extreme amount of discomfort. Incredible obstacles. You saw him. You saw what you did to him. One of the easiest ones to manipulate. So malleable. You just had to take that from me. And yet you evade me. You linger on the sidelines. Too cowardly to face me. But just brave enough to be a thorn in my side. And he turns to look at you, standing up. He's adorned with this thicker armor, not like the one you saw before. It's dark red, crimson almost, with a long cape draping behind him. Your persistence is infuriating. Causes me stress and sleepless nights. So I give you again the opportunity to end this once more.
A sock.
They're not your friends, Willow. They don't act as friends. They are vagrants and thieves and killers you encountered by chance. They aren't like you. And I will spare your life for theirs, and you can run off with the women of the night. Land rise with the world, the little time you have left in it. Or you can stay, existing in this putrid party you call, going on adventures, finding bread for the locals, inconveniencing me when it's convenient for you. and then running off before you can be confronted.
Yeah, that sounds great. What am I doing here? Because what you just said, you already said to me.
You will come here soon enough. And when you do, you will cause me a great amount of satisfaction. Do you have any idea how long she lingers? What you did to her mind? In fact, let us gaze upon it, and he waves his hand again. And you see Perseus.
I'm still staring at him.
Mhm.
Oh, damn.
He's sitting in a pit. Brave enough to encounter me, but not cowardly enough to face her. Right? Made her righteous. All that work I put in for her. Just had to go and undo it. No matter. I bring you here for one reason, and one reason only, because you seem to slip through my fingers like sand. Every time. Every single time. You were the only one remaining. They were all dead on the floor. You could have left them there.
So you already said.
She calls for you.
So you said.
Still, she calls for you.
I know.
She's losing hope. You don't believe me, but she is. And you know you can't come here, so I brought you here. To look upon her. Look. You know it to be true. Every day that the heroes don't come crashing through the bars of her cell, she wonders more and more if they even remember her. More and more if you've already fallen to my blades. More and more if her princess darling even cares about her.
Is that supposed to be me?
She thinks it is.
Let me tell you exactly where you've miscalculated this. I am not a hero.
She thinks you are. She tells me every night. And no matter what I do, you'll stop me. But it aches on your heart that you can't, can it?
What, like you can't stop me?
You want to be here to save her. You know where I am. You know how to get here. You know that there's an inkling of hope that maybe you'll come here and best me with the power of friendship with your friends who can't handle their meat at a tavern, let alone me and my forces. Maybe you'll come in and maybe you'll strike me with your blade and I'll bleed from the throat and you'll destroy my lair where it stands. And maybe you'll get to save her and live happily ever after in the fog and the grass, and you'll liberate this domain. With that bastard pirate friend of yours and that little puny bastard of a machine he calls a friend. That's your closest ally. That's what you have to stand against me and my forces that grow stronger every day. And I know you know that.
Then why are you telling me?
Either you come here and face me like a true being of courage and put an end to this little charade that you have, or I kill her. I kill her mine. And you know that's true because I've done it before. And I'll do it again.
Why haven't you?
Because you've inspired her with hope. And it makes it difficult, Willow. But she's waned. Her tears streak longer down her face. She calls out for you. She calls out for the man of God. She calls out for the sun-blessed dwarf. Less and less each night, though. Less and less. So come here. Face me now. And I will show you what happens to heroes who stand against me. Or you can continue to punch and flee. And I will let her torturously live on. Because as much as you like to deny it, I know you care about her. You wouldn't have saved her if you didn't. Almost taught you. A second longer in that bastard town where your friend of bare nature calls home. One that didn't even stand against my forces for an extra moment. Died like weeds in the summer air. One more second and this would have been over.
Look at it.
Your strength is outmatched by your speed. So end this, Willow. End it, or if you drag it out longer, I will make it torturous. And you feel yourself start to fade back into unconsciousness. Back into a dreamlike state.
Stephen, some of these as I pass out.
And as you do, you feel that echoing name call out louder and louder. With stronger emotions. Malifaux. No. You can't. You promised me you can't. Malifaux? And you shoot up in bed. Next to your woman. Aggressively startled. A yelp echoes through the air.
I'm talking boomer.
I'm sorry.
Next to you.
Nightmare. Sorry.
Nightmare.
Love, you were shaking all night. What's wrong?
I know it was pretty bad one.
What's wrong?
Oh, you see some stuff in my line of work.
You're an adventurer. What happened?
You have to make a choice. You might lose. I'm sorry, you can go back to that. Go!
She wraps an arm around you. And she says, I don't really know what it's like to be an adventurer. But I've seen you. You're strong, courageous, brave. Not like me. She rests her head on your shoulder. No matter what choice you make, I'm sure it'll be the right one. Yeah? I'm sure your friends are waiting for you. And you can feel the sun rising through the window.
Yeah. Better stop him from doing something dumb.
You can stay here if you want. But you probably shouldn't, should you?
Probably not. Sorry.
Go get him back. We'll cut back to here. Everyone has awoken. Meeting in the tavern. Downstairs from our inn rooms. What's on our mind, adventurers? We have a lot going on.
Well, we don't need to hurry Davenfield, so...
I have an order to pick up. Thunderwood.
What?
The sword I dropped off a moon ago?
Oh.
We only need to stop there for a moment.
Did we leave in a hurry for a reason there?
No, they just didn't know that we,
Oh, that's... No.
That's
that-
great.
Is that Thunderwood?
Yeah,
That's
it is.
Thunderwood, yes. I was thinking of the other place with the dead...
Oh, the one where I started a riot so that we could get out.
No, the one where you two had a marriage argument.
No, that was Boar's Run.
That's what it was. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, you two are picking up something. Can I check the town board for something?
Oh yeah, well, we're all gonna have to go to Thunderwood together anyway, so... But yeah, we can...
Do we have a reason to stay here? I'd rather not. After the...
I have one person I have to see before we go.
And who is that?
Let's chat with Professor Bumble.
Professor Bumble?
I'm so...
I'm sorry, but who's Professor Bumble?
And why do you need to chat with him?
I'm pursuing
What are you pursuing?
a lead.
Would you elaborate, please?
No.
You're not gonna keep role-playing as this Figglewood carrier.
No. It has nothing to do with Figglewood. Well,
Playing ridiculous.
play. Imagine to be someone.
It's crazy.
Can you just elaborate? Elaborate.
Okay.
Do not do plans on your own. You are terrible at that.
Are we gonna have to pick you up at like a hospital after they
It's
tell me
just
that
a
you
talk-
went fighting a vampire or somebody you thought was a vampire?
Tell me you tried to
Well, you
sneak
walked in
into
on it.
somewhere.
No. It has nothing to do with it.
Morning.
I just need to have a chat with Professor Bumble about one of his former students.
Great, let's go. We'll knock it out quick and then we'll leave.
Oh yeah, just a few questions.
Come on, bud.
Great. And we're all making our... Yep, sorry.
Huh?
Amulet.
Can you roll insight? Yeah, I know. You got it. You're good.
Have it normal
Insight?
Yeah.
That's an 11.
Yeah, you feel that same misty presence roll up your body and you shift into a form you desire. It's like you're looking through a wishing glass. Like you're not in the body, you're piloting it. And you can see the realm around you. Can you roll a d100?
Oh.
Oh no.
A normal magic artifact. Carmen? No way.
God forbid.
Not in my session.
Fucking disguise amulet.
Not in my session.
That's 15.
15, you see a luscious green world around you, and it's dull, it's blurry, like you're not quite there, but it's green with large hanging trees, larger than you've ever seen before. So it's seeing vines and a deep foresty sky.
You returned a monkey.
What?
Before we leave Scarce Keep, can I actually go to the library?
I don't think you're leaving
We're not
Scripts
leaving.
Keep. I think you're lingering here, but you're going on something to
Just
first stop.
right here.
So you'll have time after this.
Okay.
So, should I say the disguise?
Yeah, go ahead.
My eyes go from brown to green, hair goes to black, and then my ears look human now.
Great. Anything else anyone would like to do as they move? Willow, can you roll Constitution to you feel yeah.
I hang back a little bit and you talk to me something.
18.
You need to talk to me.
Yes.
I'm fine. Fine.
Great.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna hang back with Elena while we walk.
Okay, you four walk. Elena and Darren hanging back.
I'm not gonna go with them to the whole interview thing. I just want to check the soundboard to see the progression of how they're reacting.
I am specifically like, all right, Graven, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to take a quick peek at the town board, see a whole reward, how hard the search thing, or see whatever information I can gather on the town board, and then head back to the ship.
As a DM, I would give you the advice to just stick it together on this one because if we split off, it'll get hard to track.
Oh.
But you are making stops as a group, so you can definitely do that. I would do it after this and contain yourself with the group.
I can't go back to these two or whatever.
They're not splitting off.
No, we're having.
They're just a few steps behind them.
Okay.
I would linger with the group as a DM. But you two sticking back.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
We're gonna have a time limit on our thing.
Time limit?
I had a chat with my god last night, and from what they've told me, if the traitor follows us to Davenfield, or we don't find them out or whatnot, but when that happens, my town's likely going to be burned and dead and be destroyed.
So, logically, why would we go to Davenfield until we find them? We don't have a time limit on going to Davenfield.
True. Okay, so as your warning, then, at least. I don't know if it's going to keep following us to other towns, but at least from what I've heard from my... I don't know, what do you have so far?
Nothing so far.
Alright.
Do you have some?
Older. It rings in your mind that you promised Elena you would lean back on this and do it with her. And you're just now realizing that she's grown a bit suspicious that you haven't, or something else is in her head. You think on it for a moment. How does that make you feel?
A little worried. But... nothing. Nobody's been standing out enough so far.
No, not enough so far. You don't... I've been thinking on this feeling I've had for a while.
Oh?
It's been clinging to my mind. You've been acting different. Or rather... strangely. And I've had my suspicions on what it is, and I couldn't put my mind on it.
What's up? I mean, I know we had that thing when we first found it, but...
I think I trust you. I think I trust you more than anyone else. I just wanted you to know that. I'm glad I found someone who I can always believe in.
Oh no.
I'm glad you're still, I'm glad you're opening up that. You can do it.
I mean, all the rest are, well, hard to control.
Yeah. I know we're having...
You're a bit more predictable, at least.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
I'm sure once we figure out this whole traitor nonsense, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier to trust the rest of the party. No. So
Yes, I do think it would be easier to trust the rest and find this traitor.
Trainer.
Traitor.
Can you roll a religion check right now?
Do I get my advantage? I forget.
Yes. Yes.
Why do you roll the same thing twice? Huh? You hate me? That's gonna be a 9.
That's a nice skirt roll.
Wait, how much is that?
Don't worry about it.
How much is that? Yo. Crit.
Lord God.
Hi.
I don't know.
You can feel her echoing in your mind in this moment. Aaron, you are the one to pursue this. You can't let it linger for any longer, lest they grow stronger.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, since talking with Hestia last night. It's been
What did Hestia say?
And when you feel Hestia speak to you, she could be. She may not, but she could be. It may hurt her. But you know that we must bring an end to this traitor.
oh no. I wanna that feels wrong.
And Elena's looking at you, just with the smallest hint of concern in her eyes. Just the smallest bit of concern, but she seems completely oblivious.
Insight?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 5.
It seems as though Derek is at a troublesome time, and he needs some comfort right now. Whatever that means to Elena.
Elena, just to get him out of his head, just stops for a moment and jabs the cane into his foot and keeps walking. Sorry, you were in your head.
No, it's good.
Cane always helps me a little bit.
What are you rolling for?
I was gonna roll to see if I was gonna just keep talking with Elena about what Hestia told me. And I was gonna have it where the smart thing, so the high roll would be I would, but I got a 10.
You know, stones always helps me a little more, though. It's not really a good lake around here.
I'm a wisdom character.
Can't really do it at the ocean, can you?
Wisdom. Wisdom.
Wisdom is down here. What does that also say? Hey, look, I'm a strong motherfucker. All right. Not smart. No, that's not.
He said he's a wisdom character with an 18 in strength.
Skipping stones always helps me more, though. Doesn't clear my mind quite like the stars, though. It's easier to think on things that are important at the moment.
Yeah. I was. So after last night, I mentioned I talked to Hestia last night, and
Can I?
Hestia gives me the.
One second. Could I perhaps bring us to a break?
Yes.
Because
Mm-hmm.
a couple of people.
You still need to talk to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's go on a quick five.
We swear there's coherence.
They said, hold up!
On a quick five. We'll be back in a moment to continue sessions. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
We'll be back in a quick five, getting the drinks and bathrooms and a bit of a talk.
So you trust me?
Thank you very much for joining us for the first portion of this session. We will return in a moment.
All right.
One.
Oh,
Get out of here.
welcome back.
Incredibly neat eliminateness.
Welcome back to session. We are here. We are queer. Let's resume.
I'm steer clear.
What's us?
Elena has just spoken to you. She trusts you more than you.
Yeah, throw him. I think I could use
Really
throwing
ending this moment
some
out.
rocks right now. It's a could do with some throwing some rocks right now.
Well, I wasn't suggesting. I was just telling you that it wouldn't be that great here.
Oh, it wouldn't be great here.
No, were you
that.
not listening to me?
Sorry, I was lots of thoughts in my head.
Right. It's only a river down the way and from the ocean. Not still enough for us.
Yeah, that's not good. But I mean, if you get a big heavy rock, when we get the airship, if we get a big heavy rock and then throw it out as we're over the ocean, I think that would be a pretty cool sight.
I was talking about skipping stones, not throwing rocks.
Yeah, but wouldn't that still be a cool sight?
No.
I don't think you've experienced enough of those rock drops. I'm gonna, you know what? For once, I think I'm gonna be more in line with Graven for a moment. I'm gonna be talking to him about this when he's done with his little interview thing.
You picked Graven.
Yeah, well, I think it'd be cool to see. We need a mood lifter for the group.
Pretty sure I know what Graven's thing is about.
What is it about?
Oh, well, he took me for an investigation once.
Huh?
He asks all the wrong questions, though.
Do you really?
I think it is good we're helping him.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how far he would have gotten in outside Solville now after watching him for a while.
Well, he did swim off a cruise, so I think he'd get rather far. As hard-headed as he is.
It's like Darren's like face just like it's like he tries to process the logistics of that, and then you can see in his face he gives up, and he's like, okay.
Listen, he'd manage it somehow, and it bothers me that he would.
In the dumbest
Well,
way possible.
let's catch up with the rest of them. So if nothing else, when the fighting does break out, which I think is inevitable.
When?
I'm sorry, it's
Why do you
Grave.
think someone's going to be fighting?
If Graven's doing an investigation.
No, he was talking about a professor, which implies he already met with this professor.
It actually brings more questions, actually.
Yes, it does.
Let's catch up with the rest of them.
And we'll cut over to Thani or Graven, who have separated in front of the group, leading the way towards Professor Bumble.
Using Graven as an armrest.
Raven, Thanier, and Willow stand in front of the party, making their way towards Professor Bumbles, finding a moment for themselves as Darren and Elena on the seat. What's on our minds?
So, like, what are you asking this guy?
Oh, I'm just asking some questions about a former student named Sadij Marish. Also, we need a cover. We're investigative journalists.
What questions?
Oh, what questions? Like, how was she in class? Like, how many years has she attended this university? What did she major in? How was she as a student? Like,
Okay. It
how,
seems like we could find it in student records.
oh, yeah, but I feel like we'll get more out of a personal interview, you know? Like, Bumble, you know what I mean, right? Like,
See what I mean?
Okay, so did you think about why, like, what your cover is? Why are you asking these questions?
well, you see, she is the proprietor of an extremely successful potion business. And our cover is that we're investigative journalists.
Okay.
Trying to, like, have a story, write a story on her.
Okay, what's the name of your publication?
Question.
That's the name of it.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Good question.
I want my royalty fees for that.
Alright, I'll draft some.
Actually, no. Good question. ...
Don't look at me. You're
The ... is important.
Okay.
4 dots. Yeah, putting an ellipses.
Graven.
No, that's 3.
Ellipses.
Raven, you begin to ponder for a moment. You look towards Thanier. Anything else on your mind?
Amira, really sorry what happened to your village. That's terrible. Can't even can't even imagine a whole like community like that getting destroyed. You have my condolences.
Condolences don't much help when you're the last of your kind.
Honor,
Well,
excuse me, Raven, you linger on that word, the last of your kind.
I understood you were really close to dragons, like soul bonded with them. How does that work? Like, are they the same soul, or?
People in my land were worshippers of the dragon gods. We believe the dragons are what gave life to this world. And many on. We also know that the power of the soul of a dragon is, as I've said before, the soul of our people reincarnates as a dragon. And whether that's a drake, a worm, a basilisk, some sort of draconic beast. And those ancestors, when they're reincarnated, a special bond is formed with those who are born coinciding with the reincarnation.
Well, we might believe in different things, but you and I share a common goal. We've been wronged by the same people. We will have our revenge.
I'm not seeking revenge. I want justice for my people.
And justice will be delivered upon them, no heavens may fall.
Interesting. You find yourself to Professor Bumble's office. Raven seems to indicate that so. Raven, approach as you wish. It appears as though the door is ajar, in a line of various offices. It's at an old wooden building, lined with signs alike.
We're just gonna stay outside the building. I think it'd be weird if we all stay outside the office.
I'll come in to help him read the placards.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And we'll also come.
Wait, don't they all have? Wait.
Well, I suppose you could turn into an animal of some kind.
I already have business cards.
You have business
I
cards?
already made business cards.
Good question.
I see them.
Good question.
That's actually
God.
gave me a good idea. I'm
What are
gonna
you
turn
doing?
into an owl.
Yeah?
And I will just sit on Graven's shoulder.
May I check out this business card?
Looks,
Pretty legit?
yeah. Forgery is her specialty.
I know.
Go to the newspaper. Go to my skin.
I
question.
have an alternative motive for being an owl.
Would you be
I
able
wonder
to,
what it is.
would you be able to forge a small excerpt?
Yeah.
Might make it look a little.
I already had that.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
So these three are staying outside.
I just had to change the title of a paper I already wrote.
Oh.
These three are staying inside? Or going in?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's start over here then.
All right.
How would we like to approach? Owl on the shoulder, Willow by our side.
I'm just going to very gently knock on the door. Just very.
And you hear a deep voice from inside, door shut. Yes, come in.
Hello, Bor. Uh, we are reporters from Question. We are reporters from Good Question. Oh, we wish to like.
Yeah, you got it.
We wish to inquire about one of your famous former students.
I give him a card.
Oh!
Good question. Dot, dot, dot.
It's kind of a startup, but we're looking to run a story on Sadij Marij.
Sidige.
Oh!
Sidige.
Oh!
Sidige.
And you can see his face, it's long, deep bags under his eyes.
Oh, what is he? Is he like a human or?
He appears to be elven.
Okay.
His foot is down, his hair is long and thin and straight, down to his shoulders almost. His ears come to a point, yes?
May I roll investigation on the room since I have 360 vision?
Yes, you can. You can roll with advantage.
Sweet.
Thought that was picking us all.
You do have advantage.
You have advantage.
Yes. I already rolled. 14.
14. You twist your head around, looking as you can. You see a bookshelf on the left, lined with books and wrapped in deep leather. On the right, you see a case with artifacts on it. You can see small orbs and twisting vines, and what appears to be a floating cube-like structure. They all have an arcanic presence, but this one especially. In the corner of the room, you can see a painting, a self-portrait of him on some sort of throne. On the left side of the room, you can see similar things, scrolls hanging and banners twisting and warping.
I'm gonna hook this guy. You don't even have to say anymore. I'm gonna fly over to one of the railings next to the portrait, and I'm just going to sit there and stare at it.
And you fly past him, and he gives you a second look, and he'll roll insight.
Oh no. I'm stranger to magic.
So you are pulling the part very well. He looks through and he says, an inquisitive bird.
Oh,
Your patron, I assume, or something of that sort. Familiar to you?
yes.
Hmm.
He gotta think of I forgot.
A bit wrong.
No, I see. Nobody's really dull. I mean, if they're inquisitive. And good old Thania right there is very inquisitive.
Thania. Thania the Owl. Seems to take an interest in my painting. And you said you were investigative journalist.
Yes.
So I assume you have some level of clearance to where I can divulge my studentuge. Yes?
Oh, I'm gonna go off character for a second.
He's asking if he can tell you these details because you're not a student.
Well, it's just that, Sagi's a very public figure now, and
Flutter over to the
Yeah, I'm gonna
artifacts.
shout laws about public figures, records.
Yes.
And
Very quickly.
independent journalism rights.
Yeah. Very quickly, as you're looking at that portrait, it appears to be old, as if this person has existed for a while, and the throne appears elven. And he looks a tad younger, but not much. And where did you say you fluttered over to?
Over to the artifact.
Artifacts appear arcanic, and there are 7 of them. 1 a cube, 1 a pyramid, 1 a sphere, and the rest appear to be forging items swirling around a nuclei of arcanic energy. They appear to span the colors of the rainbows. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. One a lighter than the other. And
Is it locked up?
it has this glass case over it.
I'm gonna say.
Sealed.
We told him if he didn't.
And you see bands of elven lineage, runic symbols wrapped around them in the colors of which they are.
Can I try to read it?
Yeah. You have Eyes of the Runekeeper, that's Elena, right?
I do not.
Okay, so
Damn it.
do you speak Elven?
Oh.
Okay, can you roll investigation with disadvantage?
Yeah.
I should have came in with
Oh, that is a 17.
Yeah. So they are Elven. They speak about power. Each of them talking of which a elven god, it seems. And they appear to be quite ancient. They speak names unfamiliar to you. Daewin, and the servitudes of him. Daewin, the artifact in the center, the cube-like structure. The rest, names unfamiliar. Although you linger on this name, Daewin, it's a person who was at service between the war. And you think on it for a moment. Oh, this person was in the war. Didn't pick up on that at first, but he appears quite older than his visage would let on.
Do any of the books on his wall look like they have draconic writing or draconic scales on them?
Roll investigation. And as this is happening, we'll cut back to Graven and Willow. Yes. Continue with your questions. It's not often I am given this much attention.
Oh, 17.
Well, first let's talk about you. What do you teach here?
Professor Bumble, in name, and in the flesh. My teachings are that of illusionary magic.
All right. So,
How long have you been teaching illusion?
42 years
Right.
of servitude.
2 years.
What's your favorite spell?
Hmm.
Hard choice, I know.
Seems going to take me a decade to think.
You can get back to us if you want some time.
A mirror image.
Mirror image, very good.
Classic.
Brings me rest when my presence is required.
No, it's pretty handy being 2 places at once, you know. Oh,
Buttons on your underwear. So?
I really hope the owl didn't actually say
I
that.
keep derailing this.
Ooh. Yep, keep going.
Buttons on your underwear.
Go.
So you're like, oh, okay. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. So, what year did Sidij attend your class?
Must have been 2, 3 years ago? Maybe less. She was a beautiful student.
Today?
A pupilless one. Straight A's. Honorary.
All right.
Still keeps in contact from time to time.
It's always nice.
Oh, I'm gonna. Wait a minute. So she this is me talking right now. Not great. I'm just thinking out loud here, but she attended 2 years ago. Then she joined Soulville 1 year ago, and then did everything she did in just 1 year, and then caused the coup, helped cause the coup, and then fucked up a potion company.
Keep asking.
In 2 years.
Keep asking.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. No,
Yeah.
Almost like vampire.
I'm sorry, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
You know, usually like
You should ask.
2 years ago. She
Believe I was one of her final classes. Her graduation was quite honorable. Moved away swiftly.
and according to her history, she what she saw, she had a short stint in the town guard of a little known community called Soulville.
Yes. She had many a friends here who brought upon her interest with leadership. The Soulville God she talked about. I believe it was a club or a fraternity or something of that nature.
Military order.
No. An academic group.
Hold on,
I
I gotta
believe
write
some of
down.
them still attend to this day. They called themselves the Knights of the Moon.
Are there any other students that you know of currently in that group? We may talk.
I believe the president of which, what was his name? Theodore.
Okay.
I believe he still attends. Graduating this year, one of my top students.
This is a pretty really well knit group, then, right?
Yes, very well knit, including separate them from each other. And I assume you have some relationship, perhaps? Did have some sort of relationship?
Sadish? I've certainly heard of her in the potion business, but
Ah,
I
yes.
don't know her personally.
She was quite the alchemist. And we'll go back to Owl now.
Yeah.
You are looking up and down on the books.
Oh,
And a lot of them surround elven history. It appears as though this person was a member of the elven guard that fought amongst the men and dwarves. Long, long ago. So this person has to be old. Can you roll perception?
three.
As you are looking up, as you are looking up and down the books, there's one in the middle, bound by green and gold, laced with silver. It appears to be attached to the bookshelf in some fashion, perhaps false in nature.
I'm not gonna flutter up to try and read it.
The words on it are written in Elven, so unfortunately you cannot decipher what they mean. But as you look closer and closer, the pages are not of many, but of one. And it appears as though this is connected to some sort of mechanism to the bookshelf.
Oh no!
I have claws.
Yes.
But
It's in the
do you
bookshelf.
want to right now?
Owl could grab a book out of
I'll let you attempt. Check with this information. We'll just assume an owl has a flat.
It's probably a stat block for owls.
I mean, I've just got a base 2 with mine, but
2.
so 12 or 14 if you're including my base plus 2.
So you can hear the owl flutter a bit. A couple of feathers fly off. And Bumble looks over to you. Oh, it looks as though your text has taken an interest with my book. And you can see, as you look over to him, a bead of sweat runs down the side of his face.
Oh!
And he gestures for you to, gently, but gestures for you to come off the bookshelf.
Come on now, Bonnier.
I'm a bird.
Yes, you are a bird.
I'm a bird. I'm like,
Come on.
tiny book.
And you get it to pull forward, and you hear just the moment that something locked, and he quickly pushes the book back and pushes you off. And he says, it's like the expensive book, unfortunately.
I'm really sorry about that. The whole head turns.
Welcome to burn up the worst stream on Twitch.
Oh, gotcha. Fluttering over to Graven's shoulder, or continuing to investigate the room?
I'm just gonna keep fluttering around the room.
Gotcha.
Alright. I'm going insight check on this elf to make sure he isn't a vampire.
Yes.
It's just because he's sweating about something. I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but after him seeing him sweat, after that, okay, something's up.
Oh.
Why don't you come
You
outside?
allow me to do a separate one for different reasons, but
Let's go with justice roll.
Okay, is this a insight or?
Yes, insight.
Insight stat.
-2. Oh no.
Hold on. It's not -2.
because he's saying vampire specific.
We're good. I'll get back to you.
It's a different entity specific.
Yeah. Just
Okay, yeah,
Go
it's a
ahead.
-1. You already won.
it keeps pale in the skin, but you're not sure outside of that. Willow,
Yeah.
insight for a different reason?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's the reason?
Would you like to know whether
I would. Chat would like to know.
I'm just gonna look in my eyes.
Right, Chad?
Oh, I
Okay.
see. Yeah,
Are
yeah,
there any other animals in his room?
No, not very good. 7.
You are about a few feet away from him, so you can't get a good look at his eyes. Yes, there are animals in his room. He has another bird-like creature in a cage hanging,
I'm gonna fly up to the bird.
and the bird looks over to you and says, another fowl. Tell me, who owns you?
I'm not a fowl.
A fowl?
I'm not a fowl.
Yeah.
I'm from the family Stucidae.
You confuse me.
That's really
I'm
good.
an owl.
And you can look him up and down and you see it's a raven-like creature. You look daunting. Your eyes are wide. They hold knowledge.
Bro's never seen an owl.
What's in the book?
The- ah, look, you haven't been in this room before.
No.
You don't know him very well, do you?
First time meeting him.
First time. You have much to learn. That book is his. He's only brought me within the confines of his conclave a few times.
Conclave.
Below our feet.
What's that?
Tell me, how do you know Hideous?
Hideous.
Raven nods over to Bumble.
Pretty man.
Very. And he's gonna roll insight on you.
Is this bird up?
You are oh man.
Great horn.
Great home. Perception.
What thing for you? That is 16.
Nice. Hideous is a creature of deception and illusion.
I pieced that together.
Mysterious. And not well known to you, yes?
Not yet.
Do you take flight tonight, or shall you remain within the town?
Should I stay?
You should. Join me. He lets me out in the morrow. Before the morrow. Meet me on the spruce, just outside this window. I will tell you about Hideous. He's
We
an
can do that.
interesting man. Very well.
We'll see you then.
He'll grow suspicious if you linger any longer.
He flutters back to the shoulder.
Well, is there stray student?
Give you like a colorful spark to play with.
And instead he starts going,
No.
Oh.
Hey.
A
More
stray,
questions. Just
No.
a stray student?
pretty straight laced. Anything outside of the classroom, like personality.
Curriculars. A dutiful debate student. Powerful with her words.
"Oh, it's a redditor."
That's very accurate.
During the latter years of her scholarship, academia became less and less, and her participation in the Knights of Moon more and more. Theodore might know more. Do you know who that is? Where you may find him?
No, what could you point us to?
Yeah. I wanted to be a good professor if I did not. I believe they have a convention at the night.
Maybe roll investigation in his neck of him.
Yes.
I don't know why. I
Looking
do.
for, I assume.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna actually roll because two.
I've got a pretty high modifier though.
11.
11? Who hears though? Or if there is, it's very well hidden. He does appear elven.
Doesn't matter.
Yes. No.
Here.
Yes, I believe they have a convention at tomorrow.
All right. Exclusive or any way to
Oh, they're always welcoming members.
Okay.
With the cobblestone bridge at the center of town. I believe when the moon rises full tonight. So yes, a convention under the full moon.
All right then. Well, let's
Shall I alert them to your presence?
Oh, we'll find them. It's alright.
we'll find them.
Very well. And your name was?
You're a hot one.
Hold on.
And you hear him echo back to sorry, go ahead.
Kilgore. Cassidus Kilgore.
That's a deception roll.
Ah, shit.
There's a reason she's not rolling deception.
Oh.
It's the name I actually use.
I don't know what's the fire perception.
Not good.
No? Okay.
It's got charisma, actually. He has charisma.
He has a better modifier than I do.
Well, yeah, I had to. Yeah, I got to be 13 at least to be paladin.
Go.
Really terrified now. You know what? I'm terrified.
Charisma is probably.
Not 20.
That is your new name.
Yeah.
Fwa Mumble.
Yeah, right there.
Tangor.
Fwa Mumble.
What?
It's all back on here.
Cassidus.
Yeah. I swear it's the first letters.
Very nice to meet you.
Mm.
Thank you for your time.
I must be getting off to my lectures, but
Alright.
please do tell me, will I be published in the papers?
Oh, yes, individually.
Yes, we are just a little independent at the
Yeah.
moment, but
And where can I find one of these scripts?
I have a pamphlet right here actually about our debut one. It's about what was the fucking name of the guy that he pretended to be?
Oh,
Cassidus
you heard it.
Kilgore.
You got
Cassidus
it.
Kilgore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Like when we were here.
Oh,
Figwood.
Figwood.
Yeah, it was about that.
Figwood.
Ah,
Yeah.
stuffs it in its...
I wrote a piece about that.
No, really good. Well then, I will be bidding you adieu.
Alright.
And for you, my foul friend, like the interest you have in my scripture.
Ooh. Apologies again. He very much likes shiny.
Yes.
You are welcome to return any
Are
time.
there any coins on the floor in here?
You can grab one in
I'm
your
gonna
mouth.
fly down and grab one.
Oi!
Keep that as a token of my
Just
appreciation.
chewing on
Oh.
Great.
Thank you so much. You are
Any
too kind,
gestures to the
Professor.
door.
Put him on a leash or something.
We'll cut out here.
it. In the park.
I know.
There is a suspicious lack of fighting sounds.
Almost like having
They have Willow. They're going
Alright.
to be fine.
They also have Graven.
Yes, but Willow can counteract him. At least I feel like she can in this kind of situation.
Like even him out at best.
I don't think you have enough trust in her act to act.
No, that's a fair point, actually.
I've seen it myself.
Can you...
It's quite impressive, really.
Can you roll wisdom?
Can I? Can I?
Yeah.
Can I?
Okay.
Very impressive, in fact.
Gonna count it.
She has multiple names on standby, just floating around.
Shit, honestly, I kind of want to keep that other one because it feels too good, but 22.
22. So, as you morph your visage, the only thing that must remain constant is the artifact. And it can take different forms, but it must be present somewhere on you. You can choose like a ring, or an amulet, or a necklace.
I guess I notice it eventually.
Yes.
But what are you holding it at, or what are you keeping?
That's a question for you.
I know it's an amulet.
And you notice it, and you ponder for a second, and you think to yourself, wait a second, I've seen this in some sort of text before.
Uh-oh.
I have.
Mm-hmm. Can you roll history?
I'm the wrong character for that.
Are
Don't
you?
matter. 20, not 20.
Nat 20?
Oh, not 20's this game.
Uh-oh.
I didn't read that book. I want to make that very clear.
Darren,
Yes.
this appears to be a magical artifact. from long before.
You know, a proper artifact?
Proper artifact.
Ooh. Oh.
It appears to be something to do with a dimension-dwelling beast. In fact, there were tellings of a god who used an amulet similar to this to travel betwixt dimensions, different planes of existence.
I don't want to do a red business all again now.
So took my amulet away. I'll follow with that.
Oh, no.
I don't kill realm walkers.
It took me a second. It took me a few seconds.
Well, crazy old man and a
Already I'm walking, it's fine.
crazy old man and a that could be.
This is
And a lost insane, huh?
optional character Boomer.
You know, I
Napsalar.
thinking after the session, I should have asked his name.
It appears to be an artifact that was also used by the god to hide himself amongst the mortal men.
Like, now I start
You
getting.
can approach him with this.
But no, I know.
Whatever you want.
I'll initially give him like a side eye, and I'm like, is there something about the amulet, like in the story, that would alert to me to see if this is like the genuine thing?
Great question. It would appear that the red gem within its center has 13 cut sides. That would be the indicator.
Damien, can I look at that amulet a little bit more? Oh, also, I forgot. Do you have a name that you wanted to be that's not Damien while you're in disguise? I should probably ask that because
Well, I mean, the family hunts me down would just call me by my birth name, Reeve. Already my disguise name.
That's right. Okay, Damien, can I take a look at that amulet?
Damien's out though, isn't it?
It's up to him whether he wants to do it or not. Can I take a
Anything,
common name.
if anything, it being worn out and common would help me hide better.
I'm not talking common. I'm saying that you would already be known by name and by whoever's chasing you.
That's still common enough.
Look at the ears. I'm not an elf.
That's the other thing too. It's alright. It's alright. But I need to take a look at that. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna like look at it.
Doing.
It's up to Damien.
Well, I was gonna say, so you said it's still the amulet, right?
I'm just confused. Like, I'm not stopping him.
Yeah.
Why do you? Something's
I need to
delayed.
check that gem really quick.
So you run your finger across it, and you look at it, and it's got this smoke under the glaze of crystal. And you can see it pushing and pulling like a fire that's worn for too long. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Damien? Like, I was Damien. That one didn't make that. He took that from a god.
Which god?
You don't quite remember.
It's a long story, or it's a very old story. One more from my continent, from my understanding, but it was a trickster god?
You're not sure?
Okay, I could not.
You saw me dip the amulet in my old
you did
ruby
see that.
amulet.
Yeah.
It appeared as though it went from a dull gray, not as if it was recreated, but reignited.
But maybe he didn't think that. But maybe it was his. The story is this person supposedly walked between, or the god, supposedly walked through dimensions, and he used that amulet as part of that.
Now, how quiet are you talking?
I mean, not
Because we were all
I mean,
together.
yeah, you're all together.
not like loud enough to like be like, oh my god, you have a god's amulet.
Yeah,
but
you're in private,
yeah,
but you're
you'd
in
hear it.
the private of these three.
You know, they have a name for people like that.
They do.
They do.
Yes, they do.
Who is they?
You know what's that name?
Something about little walking or something. Strange. Never really found interest in that thing.
It's a terrible name.
They all look at me. It's a terrible name.
Frank.
Horrible. They suck. They
Uh,
ruin our fun.
yeah.
That was literally a city in New Jersey.
I'm there, and I don't think it's a terrible name. It's quite apt and to the point.
I mean,
Better than Planeswalker. I mean, any old wizard can walk a plane.
Yeah, I guess-
Any old wizard can walk timelines.
Damn right they can.
but they can't. Oh, the can't walk. Okay, yeah. Still, works the way it is, but
I mean, hell, you can banish someone and they'd end up in another plane.
Yeah.
Are they a planewalker?
No, they're not.
And are they a realms walk?
I'd still keep
Realm walk? Absolutely not.
I'd still keep an eye on it. Obvious. I don't think we have. I shouldn't say we're not strong enough, but we don't know how to activate that other purpose of it. But if something feels off, maybe let us know.
God artifact.
Yes, like the god used it to travel.
Just hold that for like a good 5 minutes.
I
or
don't
so.
think you don't want us to touch it more than we need to.
Well,
I'm so
no,
sorry,
we
Davey.
got
I'm
it,
sorry
Tom.
about making
I did already. Well,
I just got this fucking disguise amulet.
That's all it is. That's all it shall
you
be.
sure you don't want me to see what it is?
I'm very.
Morbid curiosity, perhaps?
Are we back at the group?
I mean,
This
there's
is happening in
While we were
English.
there.
just a
Well,
few.
I have a timer. I got it.
Just a few questions about it.
I think
That you might have. I could figure them out.
the less we on it.
But if there's anything else it can do, I would be able to figure it out for you.
Do we need that at least now?
Be helpful to know.
It's up to Damien. Damien, your thoughts.
If you two are so curious about the damn thing, let's wait till I get back to the ship at least. I need this to hide what I am.
Yes, yeah. I wasn't.
Well, I don't want you to take it off. I can just hold it while you're wearing it.
Let's
Much
go.
less weird.
Let's go on a quick 5.
Is that strange?
Yes.
Go on a quick 5 to think it over.
Yeah, to be fair, Elena
Um,
wouldn't know that.
Thank you for joining us for the first half of the session. We'll be back in a moment to figure out what's going on here and to reconvene as a group.
So sorry.
Let's
Becoming
take a quick 5.
Oh no, it's just God forbid I got a disguise amulet. That was strong step first.
Mics are hot.
Welcome back.
I'm ready. Pizza.
So we reconvene as a party.
Look up some little cities right now.
A smashing success.
Oh,
Yeah.
I figured you were there.
Smart thing.
I'm still an owl.
Yeah.
This will make a pretty good article.
Anything interesting?
I mean, like boring, but
So what did you all find? Look, I guess walk was.
If I buy you a
Ah.
pint, will
We
you
don't have to recap. We can just like.
he flies over to land on your arm for a second.
Figured.
Let's go ahead.
Did you find anything interesting?
Or you can, if you wish, go ahead. Whatever style.
Apparently, Sadie was part of a
Nod if
academic,
yes. Turn your head
academic
all the way
fellowship
around.
known as the Knights of the Moon.
Knights of the Moon.
A heretic worshipping the moon. Puller my shot.
Okay, we can. All right, that last bit is personal.
I flutter onto a streetlight.
Huh, why is he still an owl?
I don't know. He likes
He is
being. He likes not
Observing
being
the
human.
skies for the raven.
You know, he gets distracted when he becomes a bear. It's not really that much of a surprise.
The least he can do is at least tell me what he's doing.
Go on about the Knights of the Moon now.
Well, I was gonna ask you about that since,
Me?
yes,
Is
you know.
this because of the tattoo?
Well, you know a lot about the moon, so I assume that we're gonna need your expertise to infiltrate this heretic group.
I mean, it's a useful tool. I could probably get in, but
Just have to act like we're interested.
it
Right.
would
We
help.
need to know.
In fact,
As
I
it
looked at
grits
that.
my, is it grits as I'll be, it'll grit my
Could play
teeth
a
and
worshipper
twitch
of
my
Selene.
eyes, but I must do it.
I could play a worshipper of Selene. It's fine. I could get in.
We
It's
need
easy.
to know things.
I know things, so I can help.
Okay.
But all right. So Knights of the Moon.
Infiltration is usually not my style, but well, you know, we work with it.
I mean, do you think people will ask about the leg?
Yes, actually, they probably
Uh,
would. They probably ask you how it got lost.
I wish they hadn't.
You know, people are rude at a time when they're not curious, but
No one has been rude, but they have been. Oh, did you lose that in some heroic battle? No. We're bandits at best.
But that we did say. Well,
It
we
was
tried.
absolutely heroic and awesome and cool.
We did.
Do you really think that?
That's how you should spin it.
I mean, if nothing else, we tried to save somebody's life.
Well, I guess it was a little heroic.
Yeah, you didn't do it for money.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
had.
We all wish we had.
All right, but okay. Now you still wanted to stop by the town board, so it gives us time to look. Anybody else want to do anything while we're out?
Except to get ready for the dreadful meeting with the Knights of the Moon. Then, are we still running the? We still run the journalism angle. So,
Yeah.
All right.
I can play a journalist as well, I guess. Need it. But we don't need. Well, the journalist thing is helpful for the professor, but if you're sneaking in, you can just act like you want to join.
Yeah, you can.
I could easily do that.
Actually, yes.
Night is growing closer.
Do I see the raven?
Also,
Do I see the raven yet?
Also, Sidige is amongst these groups of knights. I'll get recognized immediately, and she'll probably make a break
I
for
think
it.
you should watch from a distance.
Yes.
I will inform you of what I learn.
Sounds like a good bet.
Willow, do you want to come with, or do you have something else?
I'm not going, but not with.
Plus, I don't think I could stand. I don't think I could stand to be in a room full of them.
No, I'm worried you turn it into a bloodbath.
I need a list of questions from you that you want me to ask.
That would be helpful.
That's up to you. You're the one that wants to know.
You can
The question is just,
translate.
just, ask about, like, the founding of the group, some of its alumni, like,
Alumni.
alumni.
No.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't. Alumni makes it sound like aluminum.
Oh.
You mean aluminium?
It is not aluminum.
Stop! Come on!
Darren, it has never been aluminium. That is a misconstrued belief made up by someone who just didn't
Where
like
the
the name.
fuck are you from?
Correct. Not from another god.
Well, that explains it. Humans never really did like proper names for things.
Raven, are you okay? That was like genuine rage.
How you mean?
He's got a lot going on.
What's next? Spelling honor with a U? Like, come on.
Yes. Honor is spelt with a U. Is that a problem?
We can have grammatical debates later.
Written language.
Go on.
See it?
No, most of it languages
Girl,
are fine.
Stop. I'm asking for the questions.
Like asking what their members are. What do they do? Like, what is their mission statement?
Their goal.
Okay.
Their goal?
So you don't want me
Why
to ask
were
about
they?
Sidige?
Do you want to know why they were formed?
Why were they formed?
Do you
So
not?
Did you know Sidige?
Oh, yes, and all.
Trying to ask.
What is Sidige's close relation with this Knights of the Moon? Let's see.
I will ask if I know Sidige. If they know.
Yes.
You shouldn't. I should. I'm doing an article on Sidige.
No, you are doing an article.
You are
I will
doing.
ask about the group.
Yes.
You ask about the public figure, I suppose.
Alright, I guess me, Damien, and
Oh, by the way, you should probably approach from two different sides to make sure you're not connected.
That was the idea from the
Okay.
start.
Want to make sure. Just want to make sure. Oh, one.
I mean, I don't know what. Should we just head back to the ship and all do this?
Let's go check the town board and then go back to the ship.
Yeah, we could do that.
How long was it until the meeting?
What time is it now?
Full moon rises.
Full moon.
Oh,
rising.
that's easy enough to know. I know when that is.
Great. Town board? Okay. So as you're making your way back to the ship, you pass
Make
by
your
the
way
town board.
down.
And it seems as though there's not much. But a few people asking for some help with lectures and studies and testing, paying a few gold each. That's about the grasp of the town board.
So there's nothing like increased reward for my head or like.
Oh, it's any.
Might not have reached down this far. It's pretty far south compared to where we've been before.
Hmm.
It may not be a safe haven, but it's certainly a better spot. Especially when we get to Thunderwood. That one you'll probably have to really keep your head down.
I just. With it being a college town and people looking for work, I thought people would have heard of it by now.
I might have heard from it, but it might not be high priority, if you could say. This isn't so much like an adventuring town. This is, like you said, a college town. It'd be, with Thunderwood, that's the place where people are gonna, if nothing else, they're already risking life and limb to try and hunt things. It might as well be people as well. But here,
You're right, but I don't feel like the hunt for Reeve would have made it like with how much gold it is now would have definitely like gone all around. You saw an entire town like
Going
going into
up down
chaos for
yeah.
a quarter of that.
We'll just be hopeful that it hasn't reached. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out in another day or two if it does. I don't know. Word might be coming down here soon enough. If nothing else, we can always be on the other continent whenever we need to be. Great.
Let's just go to the ship.
Yeah. Great. I guess let me make us I'll make you some tea so you can help relax.
So can I try something with the amulet?
Yeah.
You said I could change any physical form, right?
Yep.
I change myself to a bird.
No. Humanoid physical form.
I thought you were gonna go for something completely different.
I'm gonna go.
I forgot
a
Twitch.
Wait. Can I go a monkey?
It's not what I was going for.
You could turn into a pile of dead birds vaguely shaped like a person. Like,
We go to the ship.
And with that, we go to the ship. As a group, we make our way there. Have some downtime amongst us.
Feasting and
Yeah. In a moment. Get some rations, get some dinner. Let's go one by one, starting with Fonier. Still owl form, I assume.
Mhm.
And you see that raven-like figure approach the spruce and land on one of its branches. Approach.
I mean, I would have meeting there.
Ah, I was questioning whether you'd come or not. Though you seem a curious fowl. Or was it, what did you say?
Great horned owl.
Great horned owl. He's let me out for the night. He'll grow suspicious if I linger long. But it's been a while since I've made a friend. Perhaps we could be something of the sorts. Gestures a wing towards the door, or the window, excuse me. He holds himself open there for long hours in the night, and you can see him with his feet kicked up, and a pipe in his mouth. He's reading over some scriptures, and it looks like he's spending some time to himself in there and doesn't notice either of you. Tell me, what do you find intriguing about him?
He's been around for quite some time, has he not?
Very many years. 40, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it seems like quite a bit longer than that.
Oh? You know him?
I don't know him. I have pieced together some information. I believe he is much older than he leads you to believe.
An elder? He doesn't appear it.
No. Can you read?
I sure can.
In your free time, if he lets you out. Browse some of his literature.
I can read, but not in Elvish.
Well, can you remind me of the name again? I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. That I got?
Yes. Of him?
Yeah.
Theistus?
No, the other name of Bumble.
Yeah, it's just
Excuse me?
The other name,
Teddy's.
well, like, what was it?
Hedi. Oh,
Hed-
excuse me, Hedius.
Hedius.
Mm-hmm. Thought you were talking about the book.
H-E-D.
Hedeus.
So shades of the knee. Oh. Was I not supposed to say that?
Oh, no, are you of his true name?
Hedius.
Yes.
Yes, I
Well,
was the one who.
what was the other name that I had read about an elvish? Yeah.
Can you roll history? There we go.
Yeah, I can roll history.
You can roll with advantage since you were detected.
Come on. Is it flat? I believe it's flat. Yeah. But I have a +1, so that is a dirty 20.
Oh!
Line and net.
Hedius is a name you've read before.
Not Hedius, it was the...
Like one of
It
the
started with a
ones
D.
with
I
the
know.
orb.
Yeah.
I know. Hedius is a name you've written before, specifically in relation to this artifact's name. Give me a moment, I'm on the wrong page.
You know it's big when the DM has to get notes out.
The artifact in which it was named related to a figure in Elven culture known as Demarius. Demeus.
Oh.
Emma's?
Demarius.
It's not how you spelled that.
You...
You like missed a bunch of letters.
D-E-M.
Demeus.
Where did you get the Earth?
There's no R in there.
I don't know. Dyslexia.
Demeus. Sure.
Whatever you'd like to pronounce it as.
Is there an R or not?
No.
Okay.
Then stop saying it with an R.
It's Elvish! It's Elvish. They put hidden R's everywhere in that
Okay.
language.
This is an Elven figure that is present within Elven culture. He's a bit of like a godlike figure, but he for sure existed in physical form. And you've read about him before, specifically in relation to Hedius. They were acquainted in some capacity, and had conflict in another. And as you are realizing this, within your mind, you hear that same click. Like a door unlocking. And the foul friend you've made turns. You can see Hedius making his way behind the bookshelf. He pulls that green book down. You see it turn open with a squeaking hiss of metal. He takes a look over his left and right, enters the chambers where you can see a dull light emanating. He closes it behind him.
What does he do in there?
I'm not too sure. I've only been in a few times, and while I have, he always leaves me my stoop. It's strange.
Does the name Demeus mean anything to you?
Demeus. I've heard that name before. Have you?
Well, he was a sort of godlike figure for the elves long ago. And it appears that your owner, or friend, has possession of the artifact that was very well known to be possessed by him.
Interesting. Perhaps we should follow him.
Will disappear for the rest of the time.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Always been curious.
You know what the saying is, though.
Well, I am no feline.
Nor I.
Shall we?
Oh, today. Allow us to have our wits about this.
So
Yes. We can go to the window.
Yes, we shall.
This.
Can you make your way onto the windowsill? Wait there for a moment, and we'll cut over to Anyone else staying behind in the town?
I'm gonna find a good vantage point to watch the whole meeting of the.
You don't know about the meeting between us.
Oh
Not
no,
that
no.
meeting.
Our meeting.
Oh,
night ago.
their meeting.
Yeah.
We're not staying in town though. We're going back to the ship first, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. So you're behind them on some sort of elevated surface, and these two are convening for the meeting. Proceed as you wish.
Don't have another marriage argument.
Willow
We
and the
don't
lane.
know each other.
That makes it more likely.
So,
To have a marriage argument, you don't know each other.
so your plan is to
Or if you know each other.
be a journalist?
I am.
Are you? Like a legitimate journalist?
Yes, I told you, I've published.
Under which name?
Vera Hawthorne. I'm.
Right.
We're gonna go big and famous someday, and it's gonna be my legacy.
Already started.
What now? May I see this writing of yours?
Yeah.
Can I like read through it? Like how good is the writing?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty compelling.
Oh, wow.
She actually studied under someone.
This is actually impressive. Have you thought of writing a book before?
I have. I told you I'm published. You don't listen to me.
No, I'm sorry. I do want to read. I do want to read your books, though. Quite interesting. But what genre?
We have to go.
Well, yes, but we still have another hour until the moon actually rises.
It's risen.
Oh, it's risen?
Marriage
I
counts.
thought we had some more time. Oh, okay.
So I would go.
Hey, you can track us there. Right?
So you asked about the city.
Yes.
I will ask about the organization.
Yeah.
I'll
ask about the
what is the
history of
setup
it,
of this
maybe.
place?
There's a cobblestone bridge that you can see in the distance on top of two hills. And Graven, you can find a distant but high enough to where you can view it stopping next to a tree where you can observe from. It's quaint and distant from any other building. You can see torches lit under the bridge, and they appear to be convening there amongst the light under the bridge.
Is there an area that looks like higher up people would be, or like there's no way to tell who is who?
Nope. This appears to be a gathering.
Come from two sides, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will take the left side if you take it right.
All right.
All right. Approach as you wish. You see about a half a dozen robed figures, maybe 8, maybe 6, somewhere in that range.
What color are the robes?
I was gonna ask.
They are a deep dark blue, nearly black, with trimmings of stars, moons, and suns wrapped around each end of sleeve and end of leg.
All right, I'm interested.
Just imagine
Aesthetics.
It's pretty, really.
I just imagine Graven looking down at this and going, "Savages."
Gorgeous savages.
Yeah, no, it's
Elena looks at the robes with intrigue. She likes the robes.
Raven's just singing Hellfire as
She's trying to find a place where she can.
They appear to be convened in a circular formation, reading some sort of scripture or book with scroll. Who's approaching first? Gotcha.
Just gonna tap one of them.
Ah.
What? Were you accepting any new people? I heard from a friend of mine about this place.
You wish to be a child of the moon.
I do.
Come, sit.
Says.
Gather your items. Tell us your name. They all look to you in unison.
Have names for this.
I do imagine she pulls up the book and is like, doing that starlight.
No. God, no.
Subtle.
She's an OC I made. She has 2 different colored eyes. Like long.
Hey,
long
I only have
hair.
2 different colored eyes right now.
Ooh, wait.
Out of 1, 2. My color, my eyes are only 2 different colors because of coincidence. It's Esther.
Esther.
Yes.
Esther, they say in unison. Very well, Esther. You shall join us for tonight's worship. And they bring forth a small goblet and lay it at the center. One of them gestures a hand forward and liquid begins to drip from it. It's dark and silvery.
Oh my
Interesting.
god!
Interesting.
You can see it drip down and fill the goblet slowly and slowly. It runs down the side like melted mercury. And it appears opaque with a bit of translucency, flowing with arcana like the waves of the seas. And as it's filled, they pick it up and gesture it to you, and they say, drink and become one.
You're
She'll
good.
reach out to it with her one hand that already has the symbols on it,
Mm-hmm.
and she will drink.
Can you roll a constitution check?
Yes, I can.
When I approach, I'm just gonna stand watching until someone like.
How does a 17 do?
A 17 will get you a feeling of cold ice running through your veins. It's not exactly painful, but it's an uncomfortable feeling you haven't felt before.
Mm-hmm.
Your skeleton feels cold, your muscles feel frozen, your veins thick with blood.
Oh.
And it's tough to get down at first, but eventually you empty the goblet into yourself. And you feel this out-of-body high, like a buzz. And you sit there for a moment. Your eyes begin to wander into a not unconscious tiredness, but an out-of-body experience. And you can feel the full moon rising higher and higher. They look back to the center, and I say, now where were we? Esther, would you like to join us in scripture?
Yes.
Very well. And are you trying to remain unnoticed?
No.
Okay. And they look back and one of them catches your eye. They say, oh, another child of the moon.
Oh, hi. Didn't mean to interrupt. You can go ahead. I'm a journalist. I was just looking for Theodore.
Theodore, yes. And he stands up. He's wearing the same robe. He appears a bit taller. His skin tight to his face. How may I assist you?
Hi. Like I said, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had a couple questions for you.
Sit with us. And they move
I'm not going to be disturbing.
No.
Okay.
Welcome all to the light of the moon. And he takes it and he stuffs it in his robe. Violet, bring her a robe. And they
I don't
put-
get a robe, too kind.
Well, they gesture for both of you, and they gesture a robe in front.
Oh, thank you.
Raven,
Calm down, sir.
how do
Calm
you feel
down.
about them sitting amongst the circle now donning robes?
It's just
The angel and demon.
infiltration. It's an infiltration. It's just an infiltration.
The angel and demon on his
It's an infiltration.
the demon. She's doing it. She's committing the act of treason.
I'm actually glad they're doing it. I'm not.
Yeah.
So now in front of the robed figures, including the two. And they kneel in a position of prayer and bow their heads. And Theodore looks to you. He says, you have joined us on the perfect night. We are communing with the Great One. And she will give us guidance, and you may join us for it.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Speak. Ask your qualms.
So I am doing an article about Siege. What the fuck else
Maricel.
name is?
That name.
Steve Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard that she was a member of this at least at one point. I don't know. I'm not gonna ask it. You know.
Yes. I believe, here she is now. The figure approaching the circle.
Oh,
Wow.
Robed.
See, aren't you?
I have questions for you as well at some point. Again, I don't know.
He's approaching on the horizon.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
Do I
Raven,
recognize this?
can you roll perception?
He's so funny. He just doesn't see.
one.
oh, that's wonderful.
This is the area where you need that one.
Right here. Oh,
This
that's
is
so
this is. Okay, there is just gonna be a little goblin in this dice. It's gonna roll a one. I'm calling it right now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this dice.
Roll it.
All right.
Just roll.
Roll. Roll. My perception is already -1.
Just
so-
rolling it.
Yeah.
You're rolling at a 3.
What does 11 get me?
Come on.
11 gives you a familiar gaze. You're not sure who this is because you can't hear them. But their figure appears familiar.
I'm gonna center on that.
Okay. And Sadij approaches standing outside of the outcropping of the cobblestone bridge.
I have to get a closer look.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she kneels in front of each of you, one standing, one meeting the ground. I heard my name.
You are very perceptive.
Hmm.
That's lovely.
I listen with more than my ears.
Oh, it could be a clone for all we know.
The powers of the moon give me a great perception of the mortal realm.
Mm.
He has sent me to be her prophet. And you then,
Yes.
a child, a budding blossom of the moon, you have come to us on the most perfect of nights. You can welcome the moon into your heart. Yes?
Yes. So what makes this night so perfect?
The full moon gazes upon us, welcoming you into its many craters.
Get closer.
Can you roll perception again with advantage?
fail. I beg.
What did 14 get me?
14 gets you, I know this person from somewhere. Not sure where.
I am.
Okay.
Thank
Get
you
closer.
for your welcoming words.
I would love
I stick to the stone wall so I don't, I negate my
Oh no,
disadvantage.
to know more about the moon goddess. This is very intriguing.
She lays atop the night sky, looking down at us each when it lays empty and new. She is traveling amongst the stars. When she lay full, she has returned. She calls upon us for worship, for songs and rhythm, for sacrifice. And tonight you have joined us on the perfect of nights, for we have a sacrifice to bring to her.
Sacrifice?
Yes. Yes, sacrifice.
That's what I said.
Today is the greatest of days. And she leans down, she draws a circle in the dirt in front of each of you, and you see runic symbols and pillars appear, levitating in the air, a bluish, light white hue. Tell me, what does the moon mean to you?
Oh, you can ask someone else. I'm here as journalist.
There are no mistakes in who joins us. And as for you, you shall be the one to make the sacrifice.
What sacrifice is this?
And she summons what appears to be bound creature, a young elven man who is unconscious, bound at the feet and ankles, wrists and hands. For this is our sacrifice. This man, I got you. This
Oh, no.
man,
How young?
a young student here, perhaps. So college age.
So like 20s.
This man appeared to infiltrate our colors. Isn't that right, children of the stars? In unison, yes. This man must be redeemed in the light of the moon. And so he will. Raven?
Imagine how pissed he would be when he finds out the sun is a star.
You don't even do anything.
Okay.
Drawing closer.
I know a ritual sacrifice. And I'm like, it looks like a hazing ritual, but
We got you.
Pranks.
And amongst her hands,
I'm-
he summons this large form of that silvery
Oh
liquid.
no, I would.
He said, "Oh no."
Oh nah. Fucking kidding me? 11? Okay, no.
8 is telling you no.
But by now, I no.
You're growing closer and closer, and you're like, I know her.
I know you
Your hand. She gestures for you to put it in the orb.
Going to reach out and just feel, try to, sense the magical vibes of this orb.
It feels cold like snow, slick like ice, and it's dripping down onto the unconscious man.
Dripping?
Mm-hmm. Small droplets is.
To make a mix with it, I'm gonna reach out for it.
And she pushes her hand into it. Great.
Is there okay? Are they underneath any tall like building?
They're underneath a bridge right now.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get to the bridge.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
All right, sticking to the cobble, so I lose my negate. You know, I negates my disadvantage. There's a deep gnome, baby. So it's just a flat +2. 15.
15 will get you there. Hello,
By
again.
now, I know.
Yes.
The music that's playing.
You push your hand in and immediately starts pooling on top of the man, covering his mouth and nostrils, turning his skin darker and darker. And Sadij unfurls her hood, which you can recognize her as. She
I
knows
immediately reach for my shovel.
No, alright, so
How long has this organization been together?
So the emergency number is 911.
Hold on.
Brother,
90,
grabs
90-foot range, I see.
How long has Sadish known she's been the prophet?
I look down and plan my drop attack.
Hold on.
Sadij pulls the chin of the man forward and sinks her teeth into him.
Is this a kinky thing or is this?
Now, what purpose was this sacrifice, sir?
And she releases her teeth, and 2 streams of silvery liquid enter the holes of
I
neck.
jump. Jump attack. Bright jump attack. That order.
around the
Jump attack and then bright in that order. Like
So it's not just that.
You roll dexterity.
Just
wait, hold on. That danger sense?
Try to just
No.
gather the information. I don't care if someone
I know,
dies.
but if he finds that out,
I mean, how steep is this drop?
A couple of feet, you're fine.
Okay.
yeah, it's
So I am going to do the pose Double Knight does.
yeah.
When he does the
What?
boot on shovel, jumps down, aiming directly for
Yeah,
Sadij's
roll,
head.
roll.
Also, this deserve.
What's a 7 get me?
Yeah.
I know it's. I need to say this. I know it's not happening, but I would love it if you jumped at the wrong point. You just fell into the water, but they had no teeth.
That'd be in that one.
So you jump in, your shovel meets the ground, and the bright knocks back all of their hoods and see the tail skin of each one. Long, sharp teeth. And they all hiss in your direction.
Sadij!
You rolling combat?
I'm initiating combat. I'm immediately charging in, like.
Willow in a lane.
On that
No, Sadish, I have some questions.
on that point. Well, I can't cast sleep on him at this point. He kind of did.
Expose himself.
Kind of did fuck us there. But
Also, I rage.
I think we gathered that.
Ah,
I step out of the circle and I'm like, ah, press. I press.
I sign up for all this. This seems a little too out of my league.
After
I'm gonna go.
Uh,
I'm so sorry. It was lovely. I really would have loved to join, but yeah.
fleeing.
I'm not fleeing. I'm just backing up.
Wait,
Raven, you can make your attack.
I'm making my attack. Reckless attack.
Yeah.
The most reckless of all attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Graven's dead.
Hold on.
Say lovey.
Don't worry.
I'd win.
Nah, I'd win.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, I'd win.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, I'd win.
You're not going.
No.
Vampires.
9.
9.
What does a 20 get me?
A 20 will get you a lashing blow towards the chest of one of the vampires. You feel a shock of.
Oh no, I'm going right for Sidige. Like, I'm going right for Sidige.
You can take a slash and it cuts her robe a bit. She turns to you and she says, "My children, a heretic is amongst us."
Heretic? Shit. Oh, like you're one to talk about safe.
Find him, folks. Find him, and he shall be our sacrifice.
You ain't binding. Get nerd.
Okay, so I'm gonna need 8 simple checks.
Oh, no. You're contesting all these.
Yeah.
Oh,
So give me 8 strength checks and give me the 2 lowest.
oh no.
Oh, I have advantage. Don't worry. 8 strength check. Okay, so 8 with advantage. So it's
Yeah.
16, right?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Here we go.
These
Better
are
rate-
checks, not saving throws, right?
Yes, these are checks.
Roll 2 at the same time.
It's like
Do 1 for
athletic.
each roll.
It's
Okay.
athletics.
Go ahead.
Okay, so plus 3 on that one. 18. Ooh, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Neck.
19.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You have advantage.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
19.
Doing fine.
Rage is.
17.
Doing fine.
That rage is.
22.
Okay. We get one more.
Dirty 20.
Gotcha. So you're
That advantage was huge for you right there. I'm
That
telling
range
you right
advantage,
now.
Yeah.
So they all start to pile on you, but you can throw an expression. As this is happening, Sidige approaches you and will make an attack against you. Does a 19 hit?
A knight does it meets it beats it?
Yes.
Alright, meets it beats it.
19
Go get the guard.
takes a grab at your throat and crushes it with her hand, pulling closer and closer.
Headbutt.
Hold on.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Okay,
Uh,
one save. Plus 5. This one's been rolling higher. 15.
Okay, you are not unconscious, but you are slipping closer and closer to it. I believe it's your turn.
I think we're just going to go get some guards. Here.
Yeah.
I mean, you are.
I'm gonna run and get a guard.
Okay. You're just staying,
I'm like, hey man,
Oh,
that's
great.
whack. Maybe chill out.
like, furiously writing down on your notepad.
I'm like,
Man, an erase.
Band-aided reporter on this. Like, I need to stop this.
I already used my bright, so that's 2 rage slots. So I have 1 more rage slot
Go
left.
for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bright right in her face. Like, just right at point blank, just...
Takes the sun.
Actually, no, I'm gonna headbutt and do it at the same time, so I get the double knockback effect.
So you see this explosion of light that blinds each of you,
Sorry, I'm gonna basically be like, whoa, 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 everybody, chill.
and then I can attack it and taste the sun. Everyone is blinded. Time saved from you.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Well,
That's
since
not
I
a
ran
good
away,
place.
that
I think it's all in the tower.
You said something.
That
You did
one.
say something.
Fine. So you are also blinded,
I need guys to kill this. I just need a reckless attack to negate the disadvantage.
and you feel yourself drop to the floor. You can hear her say, "My children, we must flee. The sun has sent a warrior to disperse us." Children.
Hey,
I immediately
Stop
attack in the
the
direction
wall.
of that voice.
Yeah.
I attack in the direction of that
So
voice.
you already did.
Okay.
Them bright.
Oh no.
So we'll go to the vampires, who will all disengage and flee. And Celine, as this is happening, will take a knife attack to your throat.
Celine?
I need a excuse me, the god of the movement.
Oh yeah, just let's obliterate Graven. Yeah.
Herself.
Sadij will make an attack against your throat. I need a dexterity save.
All right. Wait, danger sense, right?
Yeah.
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 No, and a knife to throw.
Oh, you feel fine.
That's an 18 pass.
A 19 barely passes. You feel it graze your neck, and then she throws you with a hiss. You want to know return, Graven. One slaughter you like your people.
I will pursue you, the ends of the earth, witch.
And you can hear a smoky noise, a hiss in your direction, and the bat fly off into the distance.
I. Fucking ranged. Fuck. Are you kidding me?
You're also still blind.
Yes.
Still fucking.
If you would like to do something, you would have disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get her.
Great.
I'm not gonna compromise my potential. It's still
Gotcha.
viable.
And as you
I'm
are,
gonna take a rock and throw it in the direction of the bat wings.
roll with disadvantage.
Are you
A
okay?
martial attack.
Are you okay, sir?
But another fucking rock.
There. Comes for my article.
Yeah.
Strength. It's strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does a 19 hit?
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage, I rolled a 13. Like, doesn't have a +6 due to my strength.
No, it'll clip her wing, but she's able to flutter off into the night. As you are approaching with the guards, they meet you on the scene of a blinded, flailing forward man.
I gone by now. It wasn't the blind man. He wasn't the fool.
I start.
Crazy.
I start running towards the direction of the wings.
You run into the water.
No, I'm running towards the directions of the. I don't care. I don't even care about the water.
She has dissipated into the night sky.
Curiosity. Can I just?
I'm
cast
still
a save
running.
Spell on him.
Yeah, you can sleep and he falls to the ground.
Wait, no. Don't I have a save? Con save.
You get a save.
No, you don't get a save. You have to roll.
Wisdom save.
Oh yeah, I roll. You don't get a save.
Yeah, you don't get a save.
Go ahead.
It's an HP roll. So what's your HP at right now?
52.
Technically speaking,
I don't think you can pass.
no.
So let's just say you attempt sleep. You filled with rage,
Wild magic!
grasping at the night sky, which she is no longer present in.
Wait, what? No, see, I don't think he can pass this.
No.
No.
He can pass. 5d8 is
Not
4.
5d8 because I was gonna do it at second level with my warlock slot.
So what would that be?
7d8.
50. Oh, you
That's
have to
still
roll
gonna be
off.
tough.
You can roll.
I can still
You can
roll it.
Yeah.
If you get a 1, then it won't work.
How much damage does the headbutt even do? Like
Not
that's-
much.
15.
Yeah, that's
You're not
yeah.
passing.
No.
That was a 1.
So you sleep. He's just filled with rage and grasping at the night sky.
Well, you calm down.
And I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point to go on our last 5. Let's run and grab drinks, run to the bathroom. We will return in a swift moment for the final part of the
Very
session.
quick to the ship. It's like, man, he stands.
God damn it.
Oh. Welcome back. Ready to finish off session?
No, I
Thank
got it.
you, thank you.
That's
No.
Days.
Okay. Let's return to the ship then.
Let's see, 1, 2.
I'm like,
I win 3
Yeah.
options.
Let's go back to here. Willis the Owl, making his way. Your raven friend claws her way back up the bookcase, wraps her beak around that book, and kicks it out. You can feel the bookshelf shift forward. She says, "Follow me this way." She pushes it with her strength. Jars open, and you can see this dim light wrapping around a twisting cobblestone staircase. Approaching.
cautiously, but yes.
Okay. As you are fluttering down the steps, he says, I haven't gone down here much. We'll have to be cautious in our approach.
There's a reason I chose an owl. They fly silently.
They sure do. He's making their way down with you. And in front of the staircase, as it leads down into this larger room, you can see chains hanging above in what appears to be a large study. Bookshelves, a desk, a large elven room. Within the study, you can see other tunnels leading different directions, and what appear to be other elven figures. Hedius is not alone. You can see him present in the room with what appear to be 5 or 6 other creatures, humanoid and elven in nature. Roll insight.
Regular.
Yeah.
Is your ringtone on?
24.
Would you turn it off? Yeah. Thanks.
It appears as though there's a convention happening down here, a convening of people. They all appear to be elven, older, not in appearance, but in wisdom. And they're looking over something on the desk. None of them have noticed you, and the room is very large. It's lined with quartz carved pillars, and they seem to be observing something and discussing it amongst themselves. Their emotion portray as frustration or stress, a lot of furrowed brows and wrinkled foreheads.
Are there any, like, balconies over the table that they're above?
Not really, but there are outcroppings on the carved lining walls that you could stoop on with a stealth check. I'm assuming attempting to be unnoticed.
Yeah.
Could you give me... We'll give you advantage since you fly silently,
Okay.
and then whatever your regular stealth is.
Okay. Well, that's a nat 20.
Oh! Yeah. And your raven friend says, I've maybe seen these other people. Do you think they're friends of his?
I think it would be wise to remain silent and observe.
Yes. We shall approach cautiously then.
Yes.
And you fly up onto one of the stoops. And you can see a large map. It appears to be portraying Mortendal, the kingdom you find yourself in. You can see a red-like blob in the northern sectors, along with little dots that dissipate further and further south.
Do I recognize these as areas?
You roll. You roll wisdom.
That would be a 24.
It appears to be areas where elves are more condensed. You can hear them conversating not very well because they're whispering amongst themselves. But they seem to be talking about their forces growing thinner and thinner, waning and waxing. You can see that they're frustrated at something, and they look upon the elves, and they're gesturing to each pocket, and specifically the south and mid of Mortendal, where those forces are fewer. But you can't quite make out the words, you'd have to get closer.
To make sure this is Mortendal?
Yeah, it is Mortendal.
Do any of the areas they have highlighted look like they are similar to where the storm would be?
Could you roll wisdom with advantage?
That's 25.
Yes. As you listen closer and closer, you can hear them referring to some sort of storm. But they're not referring to it in a normal way like a weather pattern. As if a portal of sorts was opened. Something had entered the realm. They don't refer to a storm dragon at all. They don't refer to it in any draconic fashion, which is strange because that's what you assumed it was. And they look worried in their faces.
I'm gonna go out on a whim here. I'm going to look down and particularly... I'm going to specifically peck at... I'm drawing a blank on the name of...
Describe it to me, I got
the island from where... I can't
Oh, the skull
Oh, normal?
No, the one that we're from.
Oh, Velpas.
Velpast, yeah. I
Yeah.
like specifically at Velpast. And,
Yeah.
Like,
And they're shocked, obviously, when you flutter down, breaking
and I
them.
just kind of like I have my foot and I'm just.
Oh. And they look back and they see the raven on top. They said, "Oh goodness, excuse them. Just a few pets that were my. Excuse me." And they're
As he's standing there, he looks at each of the elves and just.
Oh no.
Now hold yourself, Hedis. You there. What are you trying to communicate? Here, and they point to Velhas. Here, what's here? Good or bad?
Yes. Can I roll insight on if it would be wise to exit wild shape?
You could.
So that way I could talk to them at least.
So no insight because this is a your own roll wisdom.
I don't know why I rolled 2. I'm rolling 1. That was pretty much the same. That is a 16.
Okay, so you know that elves have particular feelings about different conventions. They are open. They are also like clearly having a secret meaning that is not to be told to other people. So it would definitely be jarring for them, and you're not very sure what reaction they would have, but definitely be shocked and as if you didn't belong here. It's thinking.
A wise creature.
You. It brings danger? What do you know?
He is going to scrawl out with his claw on. Is there like a piece of wood
Yeah,
on the
they
table?
got parchments.
I'm going to scrawl out. Just remain calm.
Remain calm. You are from here.
I transform into Thonir.
Oh.
And I make them aware.
Oh, no.
This is Velpast.
Oh no.
And they're all shocked, obviously, taking a step back and observing you.
Are you aware of my people? Are you aware of people from Velpast?
We know not of your people, nor of your home, but this is a meeting of the elves,
I am
not one
aware.
for your people.
I am aware and I apologize for my intrusion. However, I can tell you are very troubled. And you mentioned something of a storm.
And you can see they're all looking to each other to try and gauge it.
This storm, I have strong reason to believe, has a very primal connection to what has happened to the people of Belfast.
And you can hear a voice from behind you, not from one of the elves. He says, "He's right, you know." You turn around and you see this woman adorned in purple and black clothing, feathers lining her neck.
Classic.
I brought him down here. He's not one of us, but he can help. And they turn back to you.
It's the fucking Raven, I knew it. I knew it!
Yep.
He's got a girlfriend.
But you have to keep her in a cage.
Man, we're kind of fucked up.
Hey, you don't know. You don't know.
Hold on.
She might be into it.
Shut up, all of yours.
No.
And one of the older looking elves with grayer hair that's longer and down to his hips. This is preposterous. This is a convention between the elves of the council.
I mean, you no harm. If I wished to have harmed you, I would have done so already.
You know not the troubles that people went through.
Do I not? Are you aware of what happened to people of Valpast?
We know not of your kingdom.
Well, they were all viciously slaughtered or enslaved by whomever has created this storm you speak of. They were the first, one of the first, to be affected. Not to my knowledge. I am the last that's left.
Even the elders have all been slain.
You can see them look amongst themselves. And another elf speaks. I don't know why we're still here. The Feywild is rid of threats and caution. We could have fled there weeks ago. Why we remain in this realm is preposterous.
You don't.
Hold on.
I would like to speak up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, the Feywilds are safe. However, I believe this is much more than just our realm. Once they stop with ours, they'll proceed to the Feywilds.
And how do you expect them to walk through realms?
Well, see,
You see,
Do I know what realm walkers are?
Yes. Not super much, but,
But
you know they're
I-
exceedingly rare.
Okay. I have reason to believe they are using realm walkers amongst their whoever they are.
I mean, we know that Strahd.
Yeah, you know
Well,
Strahd
But
is a realm.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
like
You know Strahd.
I'm making them
Yeah.
aware I don't know everything,
Yeah.
You can
but I
traverse
can tell
lanes
something is
pretty
going on.
easily.
And we're to trust you.
If I may gain it.
And they look to each other. And they all look to Hedius and gives them a nod. One of the elves steps forward. The elves' numbers grow thinner and thinner. Few kingdoms remain. Our elders growing older by the day. The Feywild brings us safety, security. Many of us have already decided to flee to it and never return. Cut off travel to the realm.
May I provide a alternative solution?
Your solution will be noted.
Return to the Feywild, yes. Don't plan to stay there forever. Rebuild your numbers. Gain your strength.
It is not that easy.
Prepare for their arrival.
You expect hundreds of elves, less, to combat the forces that approach us. Thousands, tens of thousands. They approach, birthed of malice and evil. It's not men we are combating.
Perhaps I may be able to offer some advice and strengthen them. My people have sought and gained powers from the draconic beasts. We know how to convene with those that are good in nature to bring them to our aid.
The dragons will not aid us, what few remain. Those who would have been long dead.
Then what do you say of me? As he shows his dragon mark.
Oh shit. It just got real.
And where were the people of man? The people of dwarves, when we were a guy? Left to ourselves.
Most of our power from my people is heavily reliant on the island that we live, where the draconic energy is the most strong.
And this island, Valpas.
Yes. Something has taken its power, and we need to investigate what that is.
And they all look to each other as you say that line. They go. She grows in strength every day.
Tiamat?
The Dragon Queen. There is no power like hers. When the Dragonborn lay us slaughter, there was no power to combat at them. Humans did not come to aid, neither dwarves. We were left into the hundreds. Men, women, children, everyone. Where were the dragons then?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
The elves grow fewer. Fewer and fewer. This is information we will discuss at a later time.
Contacts.
Again, I apologize for my deception. But I have come to be very cautious and anxious of who I can trust.
Hedius, you know this man. Is he to be trusted? Hedius is going to make an insight check.
You know
And I
this
do
man. I know
ask
this
out of
man.
character. I'm genuinely trying to help them.
Yes.
You know this man. Oh, I'm glad.
That would be a nat 20.
Oh.
He can. Very well. We shall convene in the woods of the north, discuss this matter further, in the presence of elves and only elves. We shall discuss, and make no promises for aid. Very well. And they all somber back to their tunnels. Hedius lingers with you, and he says,
We're in so much trouble, young man. Princess.
your motives are unclear, but your things so distrust in me. Tell me, how am I to believe you?
I'm sorry, what?
Tell me, how am I to believe you? Last time I trusted one of you, many of years ago, we were left on our own. To fend for ourselves, why should we not continue to fend for ourselves?
Trust is to have belief. To have belief is well, let's just say there's two sides to every coin.
So it seems.
I wish not to deceive you, and I apologize for my methods of speaking with you.
Very.
However, I can tell you also have hidden your true nature.
Deception is a tool of the intelligent, an enemy of the fools. In times like these, it is the only tool we have remaining. Now you shall lead me to my study. Adams,
Yes, sir.
you as well.
He's
Hold on,
pissed.
hold May I say, is there a reason you leave her locked up?
Did not know she was a she. It would have been convenient for her to tell me.
Is she still a bird, or is she
No,
like...
No, she became human, but I'm still unnatural.
Problematic at best.
This Raven has been the most.
I see I'm not...
Thank you, Tower 1 Raven.
I'm not for this conversation.
I'll leave you to it.
Walk.
I'll give you two some space.
thought it would be interesting. She said,
We're a person.
I don't know. Why didn't you say something earlier?
I thought you were his pet.
I was.
It's a cushy gig.
You got fed. I had a
Fair
whole-
enough. I get that it's an easy job.
Well,
Fair enough.
are you staying in town?
I've got a ship.
I will. I shall linger.
You need a place to crash. Oh,
For the night?
fair enough. We can offer a place.
Great.
Sorry, I got you kicked out of your house. Oh, they know when she They're red here.
Why is there any one?
It's like Aaron opens the door. Who are you?
I'm the party member, yay!
Over here, I believe.
No, it's unintentional.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Alright.
Well,
So you found yourselves in a you're going alone, right?
Yeah.
You find yourself in a underworldly tavern, the Black Cat Tavern. It looks empty. There's only one person sitting in the corner. It appears to be that young man you talked to before. Lewis was his name.
my
And
name is.
the bartender is dwarven in nature with a little wooden peg leg and an eye patch across his face. Lewis recognizes you as you enter, and he looks up at you and
What's up?
We got 6.
nothing, just enjoying a drink. Alone.
Quiet in here. Why?
Usually, quiet.
No, as the DM, no.
Yeah.
I thought it would be louder. Well, out there, not.
Not in your head? Okay. Is it really loud in your head?
Sometimes.
That's cool. Like your voice or like other ones? Or like the songs? I get songs in mind.
Get the voices.
Cool, but
Doesn't everybody have voices?
what are they saying, you know?
Oh, they're usually a little mean.
To you? Or other people?
Well,
Yeah?
Kind of both? I get it.
they're not always mean.
It's nice.
Sometimes they're neutral.
It's good. Good to hear, but
Anyway,
you know where everybody is? I'll also ask the barkeep, just like,
bartender looks over at you and gives you a shrug.
man,
Dwarves earlier, but no, not much.
Hmm.
Dwarves are downstairs. You go downstairs.
shit, yeah.
And Lewis starts to get up, and then you can see him ponder for a moment, and then sits
Okay.
back down.
No, come on.
No,
Come on.
won't bother you.
Come on.
Okay. It comes up.
It's fine.
To adopt this dog of a person.
Oh, great! Another one!
And he walks down with you, and you can see it's literally just dwarves, about 2 dozen of them.
Dwarven circle.
And they're all like cruising about, and no elves, no human, no any sorts. But the dwarves are having a party, man.
Yeah.
And they're swinging and swogging. Lewis says, "Yeah, just the dwarves thing."
Yeah, you party much, Liz? Nah, I didn't think so, but come on, let's get you a drink.
Oh, the drinks make the voices worse.
Oh. Let's get you some drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah!
And the dwarves are partying and drunk and everything. So,
Those not to for responsibility list.
I'm helping him, mate.
She's
What?
higher?
I'm helping him.
one that appears slightly more sober says, two ales,
Just the one.
just the one. Oh, you flung past the split it. Gestures it over to you. Not the mother of your people down here today.
No, it's gonna. Do you know why?
Not the clue.
Weird.
Best partiers, I guess we are.
Yeah, you guys are the fun ones.
You see like a dwarf fly off in the back.
Does the R2D2 screech?
No. Okay, sorry.
But let's do it. Does this happen often? Like, it's happened before?
In the past few days, they
Like, a couple?
last couple days, not a lot of elves.
Weird.
Yeah. They can't handle the liquid apparently.
Apparently,
Apparently.
better for us, right?
And you can, as you are noticing, there is one person who doesn't appear to be dwarven. It's a hooded figure sitting in one of the corners. You can't really tell the race, but he's
Yeah.
taller.
I'll ask about it.
Yes. The bartender? The bartender you're asking?
Yes.
He's been here.
Like, how long?
Oh, wow. A couple of days now.
Alright.
Just sitting.
Does he, like, talk to anybody?
Oh, he hasn't ordered much.
Well, I'm gonna change that.
Let's go over.
Yeah, let's go.
Get him a drink.
Come on, Louis.
They don't kick out freaking loiterers there?
Not if it's not.
It's still an illegal bar.
But he's loitering!
They're not busy.
How dare they do illegal things at the illegal bar?
Exactly.
Well, I think he's loitering there. They have no recourse.
Look, I can take murder. I can take drug dealing.
But loitering? That's where I draw the line.
You approach him, and he has this smell to him, one of unwashed vagrancy.
Cool.
Yep. Approach as you wish.
Is he taken? You good? You good?
You just do coke?
Is he good?
Because, I mean, he went... Yeah, I think he just did coke.
Hey, bud.
Nice.
Hey, bud, you good?
That's fucking rad.
Twitch, we do not condone drug use.
No.
Fine. Would that be, the 22 insight? You good?
He's not good.
Not good.
Yeah, I think...
No, in what way?
He sees, you look at his face and his eyes are glazed over, and he's got this, housy, unwashed beard that straggles and gets grayer the further down. He appears to be a straight vagrant, with a tattered robe and tunic stained with God knows what.
Cool, cool.
He hasn't been washed in weeks.
Good, bud.
Looks at you and his sister.
That's what he says? Okay. Have a drink, man.
Where are you from?
You know, I'm around. Where are you from?
I'm from here. Well, we're all from everywhere.
There you go. We're on the same boat. What are you in for, huh?
Safety is only here, under dirt and stone. Yes, safety from the above.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, she's coming. She's coming. Oh, she is coming.
Amen.
Louis is not fucking with this.
You can go talk to that barkeep again, Louis. Stay there though.
Oh my god, you go
Rashly. You have rash.
Yeah, you're man.
He takes one and he shoves it in his mouth, crumbs fall on his beard and chest.
Like, do you know when she's coming? Like, I just want to be prepared, you know?
She's coming, she's been, she's coming, she's been.
Like, days or like weeks or like...
It's always been.
Yeah, I got that. When did you, like, come down here, though?
When the skies got darker, and the sun grew duller.
So nighttime? Every nighttime?
Mm.
So you're not here during the day?
No, no. It gets too lonely down here during the day.
I agree. It's kind of a bummer.
Have you ever been to Hades Pits?
I can't say I have. Would you recommend it?
No. He's strong.
Oh.
Long ago.
Cool. Where is that?
Far away.
How far?
Not here. Not here. Far away.
Okay, I'll look into it. Thanks.
More raspberries. More raspberries.
Sure, but have enough. Do you know where everyone went? Like, other than these guys, obviously.
The elves, they went north. And the humans, they're scared. They're gathering themselves everywhere. The kingdom of Brick fleeing to their homes.
I feel like
to
talking
their
for this
good.
man is just like getting off. That's why he sits in the corner.
Look at Vaughn.
Yeah.
They're fleeing to the Triton of the sea, deeper and deeper into their trenches, but they won't all be safe. No, the Feywild not safe either. The elves think it is, but it won't be. She'll come for them too. She'll come for all.
How do you know that?
I was one of them. And he lifts his sleeve and you can see a line of scales. It was one of hers. And she was so mean to me.
Yeah, she kind of doesn't sound like a great person.
No
from what-
rations. No rations.
No.
Rations?
It puts the
They're getting
blows
one more,
on
one more,
my
one.
skin.
The vampires too.
Yeah?
That's why I stay down here.
Do they not come down here? It seems like the kind of place they would love.
They don't know about the down here.
So they're losers.
So scared.
Yeah, they are.
They've taken and taken.
No, but I'm gonna get you another drink.
Yeah, yes, another drink. And Louis is not fucking with this.
No.
Hi.
Hi, Louis. It's alright. You're okay. I know you don't think you are, but you're okay.
Maybe it'd be best if I just stayed.
Yeah, you stay right there.
Can I go up?
Nope, you stay right there.
Maybe.
Hmm?
Oh.
Okay.
And
Right back.
bartender takes you another beer and he says, "Is he okay? A little too much to drink, it seems."
No. He's got some other issues. It's okay.
Well, nothing a good drink can solve. This
Exactly.
one's for
Amen.
him.
Oh, thank you.
And he looks back to you, and as you hand him the ale, he just gobbles it down, and he gets more and more inebriated.
Yeah, I just pat him on the shoulder.
The dwarves are stupid.
True.
Brave, but stupid. They'll be the first ones to go.
Yeah?
They don't concern themselves. They'll be the first ones to go.
Making bets or what?
The first.
Alright.
Rations?
I'm out, man.
Rations.
You know, like... What's your name?
Name, no.
No more?
No more name.
Alright. Oh, did you used to have one?
Make me forget.
That sucks.
No name.
You know... Do you know much about the vampires? I got a friend who likes them. Or doesn't like them, I guess.
Your friends?
Huh?
With the vampires.
No. No. Opposite.
Vampires?
Opposite.
Friends.
No.
Friends with the vampires.
No. Hate
You
vampires.
can see him get up from his chair.
Hate vampires.
They found us, haven't they?
No.
Oh, I should have known. I knew they would find us. I knew it!
No.
And he starts to scurry off towards the door. And he's like hobbling and making his way over.
Can I like try to persuade him to calm down?
You can roll persuasion with disadvantage.
I have advantage, so
Negated.
that jumped out, but that is still a 22.
The light grows stronger. Soon there won't be any.
Okay.
He starts to open the door. And he goes, "And you'll be one of the first." He starts up the stairs as quickly as he can. And Lewis is frozen like a statue.
Bro, let's give you those drugs.
Was he scared?
He was scared. It's okay.
Okay. Are you scared?
It's okay.
and you spend some time with Lewis and Bard, and that's about all of what you hear. The dwarves aren't much of a conversating type. Quickly, we'll go over to, unless there's anything else you'd like
I mean,
to
I'm
do.
fine with drugs.
Yeah.
I'm able.
Yeah.
I'm giving him weed.
Yeah. Any other night adventures over here? Are you just heading to bed?
I guess bed is a subjective term.
Yeah.
I'm going to where my bed is.
Okay.
Which is slow control, which is funny.
Yeah. Spending some time to yourself, glazing into unconsciousness, and soon falling asleep. Great. Damien?
How late is it?
It's pretty late.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the thing with the vampires was in the start of the night, so it's getting to be night.
Yeah, I'd probably just go to bed.
Great. Okay. Raven?
Am I still blinded?
It's faded away now.
Alright, I am going to, like, not sleep a week. You know, I'm going to, like,
Perfect for me.
I'm going to, like, pour out all of my maps, every single, like, map I have. I'm going to try to triangulate the movements, you know, of all the possible places Siege could have fled.
Great. You can
Like,
have...
I'm just pouring over this, like...
Sweet. That's awesome. I have a present for you.
Oh, it's an exhaustion.
It's a level of exhaustion.
Okay. I'm not going to get a long rest, so no rage next session.
And yes, you can do that. Making your way back to the ship with your new friend.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
You got a name?
Anduin.
Anduin?
Anduin. And you?
Sonia.
And your friends won't mind an elf amongst them.
No?
Good.
Yeah, I mind.
Okay, Uncle Ruckus.
Look at those guys.
I think the, what they say is true. Perhaps I should flee to the Feywild. It's probably what they'll do.
I'm gonna make an alternative suggestion for you.
Little
An alternative suggestion. Travel with us for a little bit. Get an idea of how things really are.
You roll persuasion. You did not.
That is a 17.
Yes. She gives you a nod, and you can see she yawns and says, I should take some medication.
Fair enough. I'll, see you in the morning.
Yeah. Willow, heading to bed.
Yeah.
As you are leaving, Lewis gives you a little nod. The jokes do not seem to have affected him.
Well,
His anxiety overpowered them.
tried.
He says, you won't be fleeing, will you?
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't seen many human or elf, and you're staying here, right?
Well, probably not like here, but I'm not like running away from
Right.
something. I'm an adventurer.
Yeah.
So like I do have to go around, you know, but
Okay.
I'll probably show up again sometime. Sweet. Oh, quick question for you. Do your voices have names?
No.
No? They don't like identify themselves as anything?
No, they just really don't like me.
They just really don't like you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Like you? You're cool, man. Keep it up. Thanks. You're welcome.
He'll head back into his corner of the bar. As you are leaving, can you roll perception?
Yeah. That'd be good. 15.
There's an older looking man who's sitting on one of the bench stools. At first you think it's vagrant again, but doesn't appear to be. He's wearing some sort of cap, and he has things like floating or flying around him. Approach as you wish.
What kind of cat?
Just like a commoner's cap.
Hey, man.
And he seems to be humming to himself. He says,
Ah,
Traveler?
close enough. What you doing here?
Just looking out upon the river, and you can see a flowing river in the distance.
Oh, man, yeah.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Oh, no, just, you know, not a whole lot of people around. Thought I'd say hi, I guess.
Good to meet you.
Well, nice
Your
to meet
name?
you. I was about to ask yours. You got me. Keep in mind.
Orden.
Nice to meet you.
Oh.
You,
My birds come with me, and you can see 7 yellow canaries sitting next to them.
oh, adorable.
Mm-hmm.
My friends. Meet my friend. And they give you little shirts.
That is the cutest.
Tell me, Chamomile, what do you do?
Well, I venture, actually. I was just stopping by, seeing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really just bored, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure you'll find something to do.
What are you doing here?
Just an old man looking at the river.
You just come down here to do it?
It's a beautiful river, is it not?
Fair enough.
The moon glazes it.
Oh,
Man,
yeah,
wait by the
we-
river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. So that's Sun Tzu, Art of War.
And you?
Huh?
And you?
I mean, like I said, I was kind of just wandering. I'm bored. And then no one was really here. You know what's going on with that?
Not an idea.
You, like,
People come and go.
yeah. But, like, usually not, like, everyone. Right?
Perhaps. Oh, perhaps.
I thought this was, like, a cool.
Me too. But it appears they fled of some sort. But the river remains. The river will always remain.
Is the river not always fleeing?
What is to flee if not to join another piece of land? They may flee now, but soon they will return. They always do.
Interesting.
You can see the yellow canaries taking a liking to you.
I like them.
You said you were an adventurer?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps you will convince them to join.
Who?
The people. Adventurers always find a righteous cause.
Alright. Well, I will not bother you anymore.
Can you roll a religion check?
Yeah.
What's this?
Righteous cause. Wrong people this
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Got the wrong adventurers.
Wrong
Like,
one.
I'm not gonna say anything about that more. 16.
And your name again?
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Mhm.
It's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Man, he seemed cool.
Chamomile.
Mhm.
He sits back and he starts humming again. You can swear you hear the birds chirping along with him.
I like the word.
I don't think you know who you just met.
No, I don't.
Got it.
I do.
The Birdman.
And if that is what you do for the night, we can end it there. Thank you for joining us for this week's session. We will be off next week. We'll be joining you in 2.
Are we?
Oh, we might be off next week.
We
Oh,
better do a main
You know where
session.
you could find out?
That's the first time we've done that to this day. Today.
That's pretty.
Oh yeah.
That's
So we gotta make up for Discord.
That's
Thank
crazy.
you for joining us. We'll see you again sometime in the future.
Oh,
You don't know.